I feel like I always start this off with my mic being muted. Hello. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Um, so as you can see, it's not just one talking head on your screen tonight. It was two. Tonight. Yeah, right. It's gonna be a lot of words happening, I think. But for those unaware, tonight I'm joined by Hirosha, who is a singer, songwriter, producer. Um, what else could we say about you? A hat wearer. Um, yeah. It's he's really committed to it. Hirosha, if you don't mind, I'll put you on the spot. Tell the people about what you do. I know I didn't tell you that I was. It's all natural. I didn't tell you this was happening at all. Well, I'm happy to have you here. Yeah, me and Hirosha, for the uninitiated, me and Hirosha go very far back. This is as the kids would call, this is a day one. Hirosha's mic Hirosha's mic is low. We can fix that. I turned you up a bit on Discord, so so maybe that's better. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I fucked up. I might have
Oh
fucked
no.
up. I might have fucked up.
Oh god.
Okay.
This is already going so well.
I'm so sorry to do this. This is an embarrassing start to the stream. I really came in with high energy, and the momentum was immediately killed. So, Hirosha,
Yeah.
one more time.
All right. Okay.
What do you do?
All right. Sick. Okay. Dex says we're back, which means we're back.
I
All
mean,
right.
I would trust Dex if anything.
Hey, he's a cool guy. No, I've been making music in the SoundCloud scene for a couple of years now. I work mostly with Carl. I do a lot of production on that. I mix his stuff too and contribute, uh, some extra guitars, do most of the drums, and do like mixing, mastering, and stuff. But I've also, done some of my own stuff. I do mostly like a lot of like lo-fi stuff, and I kind of branch out to different genres a little bit every now and then. But yeah, just kind of whatever I'm feeling like.
Hell yeah.
Broken says now we can really hear him. I'm sorry, I am a loud person.
Nah. It's all. Don't apologize. You don't gotta apologize for nothing.
I say it with my whole chest.
And so without further ado, as you guys know, this is a 100% free stream. But in the top left corner, there is those $5 skip the lines. And hey, if that skip the line gets too long, you had that big old $10 one. Hirosha's face is gonna go away for like 2 seconds. You can completely ignore that. That's no problem at all. It's not because I have a Discord submission. Hey, thank you for subscribing. I really
There it goes.
appreciate that.
You know what?
That's what keeps the ball rolling.
I don't need no pop filter. We're
And now Hirosha's back, like he never left.
Yeah.
So we have a Discord submission. We have a Discord file submission, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. I'm gonna upload it to my own account. And as I'm sure you guys might be noticing, what shirt is that? What cool, awesome shirt is melmige wearing? Well, I'm wearing a custom melmige shirt on a bleached tie-dyed shirt with acrylic paint on it. I'll kind of do a little like half stand up so you guys can see it. It's a very cool shirt. It was made by my lovely partner. And if you would like to own one of these shirts, we are selling them. We are selling a very small amount of them, but we are selling them. So if anybody is interested, that is you can DM me or you can DM Kenzie Rose on Twitter, and we can get that worked out. But to start the night off, we have a track from Swain, and we're gonna
Swain,
listen
what's
to
up?
it. We're gonna listen to the Swain track. Andretti, I believe, is probably how you pronounce it. I'm glad you're all here. We're gonna have a good night. We're gonna have a long night.
Still ready.
Carl was here for 3.5 hours.
Man, I should have drank Red Bull.
I need my bitch addicted to me. I'm too great for that. I ain't beefing with your children. I'm too paid for that. I'm too paid for that. I'm too paid for that. I ain't beefing with no pussy. I'm too paid for that. I'm too paid for that. I'm too great for that. I'm too paid for that. I'm too great for that. Look at me and look at you. All my verses push to start, I don't need keys to move. I ain't out here pretending like I got keys to move. I'm just making bitches say my name, Pikachu. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you know, I just drove to the lab, solo, rain, sleet, hail, snow, I'm so cold. I need my bitch addicted to me. I'm too great for that. I ain't beefing with your children. I'm too paid for that. I'm too paid for that.
Have you taken attendance yet? No, you're just in time.
I'm too paid for that. I'm too paid for that. I'm too great for that. I'm too paid for that. I'm too great for that.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
First of all, it's nice. It's nice to hear some. I almost said some swinging from Swain, some singing from Swain.
Swinging some swing.
Because listen, I know we all know this man as a bar spitter, as a rap deliverer, as a kind of a rap guy, kind of a rap god, as some would say. But the dude's he's got
Are we
pipes.
going there?
I think Swain is a very yeah. We're gonna go there. I think that Swain has some really like nice smooth vocals, just like built for R&B, 100%. And I love that. The hook's crazy, the vocal delivery is so nice. But dude, Dylan, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about here. That one every so often kind of like warbly, like lower synth, like little like twinkle that would go. That caught my ear every time.
Somebody said alien abduction bass. That was great.
Literally, man. That's like one of those like default presets on like what's the FL, like what's the fucking like native synth?
Oh no, I don't.
Is it Citrus?
I'm not an FL boy, so I don't know.
It's like a Citrus
Chat,
plugin.
you guys know? Citrus.
But it's crazy. I'm a big fan of it. Hirosha, what did you like about it?
I thought my first impression on it is like just groovy as hell. You know, I love like the melodic flows from Swain. Once again, you know, like I know we've known more for like his rapping and stuff, but we're really like he's got those notes, you know, on lock when he starts to do flows with that, and it really works with his range too. He's got that kind of mid low rangey kind of thing going on. It fits the energy, and as far as beat choice, it was just great too. I really liked all those like little like the vocal like chop things. I don't know. I wouldn't really call them chop, but they're like little like warped vocals, kind of like flying around in the background and stuff. And it was very interesting, like texturally and stuff. So yeah, I really dug it.
It's a lot of fun. What's cracking, Melly Stream? What's cracking, JR? Okay, I got my
crackin'?
Popeyes. I'm ready. The beat is insane. The producer is Northwest. Shout out Northwest. It's like a Detroit bass taken to 10,000. Swain is Eminem. Yeah, I thought we knew that. I thought that was like an established thing. And of course, as these file submissions go, we're going to ceremoniously delete this from my account. Goodbye.
Good night, sweet prince.
Good night, sweet prince. And then up next, we have a wonderful brand new track from Scoob. Scoob is
love me some Scoob.
a very unique and a very talented artist. Always doing something wacky and wild with it. Safe in My Skin, produced by King Theta. It's nice to see some King Theta production. Thank you guys. I unfortunately have to go now. Hey, that's okay, King. See you, Mel. Have a great night. I'll see you later. Hi, all. Hi, Carl.
Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, even if it was only for your song. I'm kidding. I just posted new link, fix the mix. Oh, all right. I'll remember that. Let's go. Safe in My Skin. Scoob. Let's do it. Let's scoob it. That's my new thing now. Let's scoob it.
That was really nice.
like Zoink Scoob.
Nice.
I'm lost in my own fucking skin. Told me that I can never change, so I'll always be the same in your eyes. I wanna be accepted by you. I guess it's never meant for me. Tell me how you do this to me. I wanna feel safe in my skin. I wanna feel better about who I am. And I wanna feel safe in my skin. And I wanna feel accepted for who I am. Don't care if you don't agree, 'cause I'm still me. You can't take this away from me, 'cause I'm still me. Not hard to say that I am scared of you. And I can breathe when I am next to you. Anything I do will be out of pocket, don't know how to be. Keep myself inside, deep into a locket, throw away the key. Guess I'm still a child in your eyes. It's too fucked up, so I guess this is goodbye. And I wanna feel safe in my skin. I wanna feel better about who I am. And I wanna feel safe in my skin. And I wanna feel accepted for who I am. Don't care if you don't agree, 'cause I'm still me. You can't take this away from me, 'cause I'm still me.
Mel, I parallel parked for the first time today. I'm so proud of you. You're never gonna have to do it again.
Proud of you.
Man, oh man.
Heater.
Actually, Hirosha, do you want to take this one first?
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I'm of course biased again here because I've been listening to Scoop for a little while now, but like their vocals are just like they're so distinctive to me. Like I have just always been super into it because they just have like this really like earnest quality to their voice. Like there's a lot of power when they get up to the high notes, but there's just like I don't know what to call it. It's like almost this like breathy sort of thing, but it just feels really like nostalgic and like it always sounds like they mean what they're singing. So on these emotional tracks, they just absolutely kill it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna throw this out there. This has a very, in terms of vocals, it has a very polished, lush, shiny mix. Take that mix away, and you're thinking like what, like 2008, 2009?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like it feels very like influenced by like pop punk
Yeah,
stuff.
and I know that
like I could see this being like a neck deep track.
Yeah,
and
I've
is a
talked
compliment.
about
It's great.
this. I've talked about this a few times about Scoob, like those like pop punk and like emo and gothic rock influences. Like they're there. Like I'm well aware of them. I know that a lot of Scoob's listeners are aware of them, so I do bring it up a lot. But it's just like I love that Scoob has essentially like kind of like taken some of the best qualities from that sound and kind of recontextualize them for this like new internet era of like shiny and polished and very bright mixes. Scoob's singing is phenomenal. Like
Oh yeah, for
the
sure.
singing is next level. And
Scoop has always had, if I could put it as a phrase, if Scoop's voice was like something, it's like those anime movies that are like really like beautiful picture quality and make you like just like are like really emotional and like tear up. That's like that
Yeah,
condensed into, you know what I mean? If
do
Scoop's
know what
voice
you
wasn't
mean.
aesthetic, yeah,
if Scoob's voice just wasn't like a concept, like an aesthetic,
yeah,
I agree.
that's what I'm.
Shout out Scoob. Shout out Scoob.
Killed it.
And then, hey, Contaminate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Onwuka, 1 second. We got a $10. That's very generous of you. Thank you. So, oh, okay. You have the link in the donation. So let's see if I can get this pulled up real quick. Shout out Contaminate. Vocals are super impressive. Yo, it just popped. Dolphin. Wait, hold on. Popped dolphin on your Twitter. What does that mean? Popped a dolphin on your... What is that? What the fuck? That's
like the dolphin
that's like
noise,
the second time.
You know?
That's like the second time that you've made just like a noise.
Look, that's what I do to diffuse being awkward. Okay, I'm just.
Yeah, no, it's
weird
no problem.
It's
problem.
fine. It's fine.
But I'm really glad that you're bringing that energy.
To be honest, I should have brought a soundboard, man.
Discord's got built-in soundboards now, so really.
Oh shit, you're right.
Tip history, and if I go to tip history, then I should. Yeah, there's that SoundCloud link. I knew that I could figure this out. That was a sick dolphin noise on point. See, that's what I'm saying.
Thank you. Thank you. It's worked very hard for it.
It's been a long time, guys. You've really been really nailing this down. All right, we got a track from Contaminate. You Still Haunt Me. Work in progress. Looks like it's breakcore.
Yep.
Looks like it's very early stage, so everyone be as critical as possible. That's. I feel like I say those things and it doesn't sound as much of a joke as I think it does. Anyways, let's listen.
Yo, Winter Sky, glad you made it.
I landed safe in Norway, by the way. That is very good to hear. Glad you had some safe travels. Time to rip it apart. Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. Was that reverb on like a hi-hat? It was just like super spacey.
Really spacing it. Yeah, it's really cool. Oh man.
Dude, I wish... Dude, this is like the second track that Contaminate has sent in like this, and I wish that I had a word for it. Like, yeah, like it definitely has a really cool ambience, like for sure. But like, there's like a word that is like an emotion that I want to use for this.
It's, would you say like, and I'm not, this is a compliment. Would you say like oppressive? You know, because like it's like ethereal and stuff, and it's got like those like dark, like really complex beats going on. But it's like something. There's like something about the spaciness of it that's like a little bit like bleak emotionally. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's.
Yeah.
Like it has this sort of like thinness to it, almost.
Yeah, I think that was awesome.
No,
I
it's
really
so
like.
cool.
I have been gradually getting like more into breakcore and stuff like that, and I'm always so impressed by how people are able to like just chop up these crazy drum loops. You know, like being a producer myself, like I'm just like Jesus Christ, nice. Like how it's like so much attention to detail, and like the compression on those drums is just perfect. If anything, I would say maybe you could get like a bass line going in there, like in the extreme like subs and low end, and have a little like movement in there. If that's what you're going for.
You and Misty just said the same thing. Misty just said bass.
Oh yeah. Well, I have to like look over at the chat, but yeah, I mean, like, I think it's great. It's a really cool like mood piece. It makes me think that I'm like, I don't know, diffusing a bomb in a cyberpunk movie when there's some people chasing after me.
It is
That's how
like
I feel.
it is like you do kind of think of that like sort of like retro future cyberpunk aesthetic in a way.
Yeah, it's very cool, and there's like those twinkly synths coming in and out were really interesting too.
Yeah, I like because they kind of pop in like somewhere in this space every once in a while. But yeah, I agree with Misty, Hirosha, and Switchblade. I think throwing a bass in here would ground it a little bit and give it a good drive and give it a bit of body in a way. But nah, I mean, I like this a lot. I think it's such a
for work in progress. I mean, like,
cool
that's
sound.
super sick.
Cool sound. Finally came out to my parents on everything. Thank you for all the support. Hey, congrats.
Hey, let's go.
That's like a big deal. So that's super cool. I'm very happy
And
for
that's
you.
hard too.
Yeah, it's difficult. So I very much respect that. Who all in here? God, hopefully not Oni Boy.
Oh God, it's Oni Boy. Everybody leave.
Yeah, we got it.
Actually, don't leave. Please don't leave.
Cut the
I don't
show,
want.
guys.
I don't want to be the person that drives all the traffic away from Mel's stream.
You come to my stream, and you tell everyone to leave. Dude,
I know.
I love every
I'm a
time I get
sleeper.
I love every time I get a Spotify track, so everyone can just like on the left see what like I listened to recently.
Hey,
I got Good Kid, Mad
just get
City,
that little inside perspective,
Eminem
you know?
Show, but then also AJJ. We got Flabbergasted from Onwuka. Looks like we got Neuro Shockers on here on production. So oh no, Oni Boy, I didn't mean it. Kills myself in chat. Is there a command for that?
No, it's not.
Good night. Just wanted to do. I appreciate that. But let's listen to this Onwuka produced Neuro Shockers. Let's go.
Go.
And now it brings up my Fleetwood Mac. Okay.
Neuro Shockers media. Except this time with Chronowuka. Now let me tell you what happens to the people when they encounter me. Yeah, I got a flabbergasted dames and cats, they be gasping when the man running let's go easy as Lamar Jackson. Shout out to the nice chicks, you know that I'll mac 'em. But when I play in the Bad Rod station, I'm trying to clank a ratchet. Yeah, I got a flabbergasted dames and cats, they be gasping when the man running let's go easy as Lamar Jackson. Shout out to the nice chicks, you know that I'll mac 'em. But when I play in the Bad Rod station, I'm trying to clank a ratchet. In effect, I'm an asset, can you hop on my Jimmy Neutron? Hey, on a big headed relax like Mr. Fantastic. Put that soap in her face like she was gas masked. Equal rights for the scoop of plate from the holy sinner. No facts that leave me tight, increasing high. Win big over the Vanson. See me, I'm Roger Smith, suited up in this trick and big go in this mansion. Say Corona is smoother than a panty fabric. Ron, but yeah, make you stop with your zebra. Got a blabbergasted, such a dapper bastard. Fools claim that they hard, and yet they girl tell you that that man is flaccid. Break like a media that is massive. Even like they see me out cause blasted. Out for my bread, scoop it on the streets like Aladdin. Dodging God assassins, hating on the hustle heat. Having sailors, whack rappers, silence idle chatter past it. Flanking got a flabbergasted, hit like Mr. Knights of the copy and taskmasters. Rip you a new one, ratchet up a clank, high make a disaster. Stay shining when I strike like a plasma blaster. I got you speechless, huh? Yeah, I got a flabbergasted dames and cats, they be gasping when the man running let's go easy as Lamar Jackson. Shout out to the nice chicks, you know that I'll mac 'em. But when I play in the Bad Rod station, I'm trying to clank a ratchet. Yeah, I got a flabbergasted dames and cats, they be gasping when the man running let's go easy as Lamar Jackson. Shout out to the nice chicks, you know that I'll mac 'em. But when I play in the Bad Rod station, I'm trying to clank a ratchet.
Yeah, I got a flabbergasted dames and cats, they be gasping. The men running let's go easy as Lamar Jackson. Shout out to the nice chicks, you know that I'll mac 'em. But when I play in the Bad Rod station. I'm trying to clank a ratchet. Yeah, I got a flabbergasted dames and cats, they be gassed. When the man running let's go easy as Lamar Jackson. Shout out to the nice chicks. You know that'll mac 'em. But when I play in a bad rod station, I'm trying to clank a ratchet.
Nice.
I'm gonna say this about Onwuka because we've heard a couple Onwuka tracks so far. This man's just this man's confidence.
Oh yeah, the charisma. That's what I was gonna say. Is like, I don't know. His flows. I'm never. I feel like I'm never very good at remembering like lyrics and bars and stuff. So like that's more your wheelhouse. But as far as like delivery and like the mix and stuff, Onwuka, he just like absolutely nailed it. Like I don't know, like you said, the confidence in it just so much. Like I don't know, it's really bouncy and like I don't know, it has a lot of swagger to it. So I just really enjoyed that.
And
you just have it's really animated. I think is what I'm trying to say. You know.
And Onwuka always comes in with some really, really great bars. Like I've learned to pay attention to his tracks. I mean, the big-headed flex like Mr. Fantastic bar is great. I fucking love the where's the Outcast bar? Alien like spec, see me Outcast blasting. I love the Outcast bar. Out for my bread, scoop it on the streets like Aladdin. Bro, see me, I'm Roger Smith suited up in this trick and Big O in his mansion. Like Onwuka knows how to write some really fun but also intelligent bars. And they're always like really fun to listen to. I have such a good time like just like listening to his tracks, hearing that sort of like braggadocio and confidence and charisma, and then just hearing him spit some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, fantastic!
I'm
always
a big
good
fan.
time.
And we got a $10 donation from Shilriel. Thank you so much. And I'll be kind. So Hirosha, as for being such a wonderful guest, gets 1% of all donations.
You
1%. So if we get $100, that's a nice George Washington.
All right, chat. Get me $1. Come on, let's do it. I need exactly $1.
Yeah, exactly. If you go over or under, it's over. It's over for him. But we got a track from Shilrio, Hold Me Tight. It's another work in progress. Genre is trash wave. Let's do it. This is gonna hurt my ears. I already know it.
Session 28 is not cooking shit. Shilrio.
Jacob, we already balling.
Moving over here.
You got Dylan throwing it back over there. Or my bad, Hirosha. Okay, pretty fast, but keep moving. That's right. The boy with the bottom of the copy is that's a scary question.
Wow.
Man, what do I say?
I have.
What do I say?
I'll let you go first. I gotta collect my thoughts.
That vocal chop's amazing. I love hearing
Mhm.
that vocal
Uh-huh.
chop. I love hearing that vocal chop recontextualized every like 30 seconds with just a new structure in the beat. It's so
Oh,
like
dude.
shaky and abrasive, but also it's like pretty. It's got a nice
Oh
like,
yeah.
like the vocal chop is it has this like delicate, bright, gentle sound to it. It's fast paced, but it's delicate. And then the production is just like kind of like whooshing in on all sides. And
It's fucking crazy.
so good. It's so fun to listen to. I'm not surprised that it's good, but oh my god.
I love like that it's so abrasive and it's so in your face, but you can tell that it's like intentional. You know,
Yeah.
like there are elements in the back, like there are some background synths. It was like in the middle part of the song, I think I realized that like we're balancing out all that distortion and saturation, you know, and it's just I don't know, it's like it's fucking. I remember reading. No, it was a description of like an Anthony Fantana review. It was like, "This bass is ribbed for my pleasure." That's what I feel about like. That's what I feel about like the saturation and distortion on this. It's very good, just very pleasing, and like especially like the chops you said they're super chaotic, but it's like really melodic at the same time. So I feel like it balances out the emotion of that, and it's just cut so like energetically, it just doesn't let up. I was huge fan of this track.
Oh yeah. Avoid only gripe is it doesn't really need to be 4 minutes, but other than that it was hard. I actually have a counterpoint for this because I think that 4 minutes is actually a very nice length for it, and I would even argue that you could push it to 6. So a track like this,
I'm on the counterpoint actually a little bit. I think there were some sections where the repeats could be a little bit like, you know, maybe we needed one less repeat or something in here, but as far as like the nature of this track, it's like so experimental anyways that I feel like it's not a detriment. You know,
I think that 4 minutes is appropriate, and I think that you could even push it up to around 6 because a track like this, in my personal opinion, a track like this is very much focused on a soundscape. It's not exactly focused on the beginning and the end of getting a message across, getting a theme or a motif across in a traditional way. So when you have a track like this, when me personally, when I listen to tracks like this, I'm just like letting it ride, and I'm listening to it kind of as the background music of whatever I'm doing. Like that music is kind of like what's going on while I am doing stuff. So
if
I was like working on writing something, or if I was just simply browsing something, that could kind of just play to infinity as this sort of like brash, but also like sort of like in a good way monotonous background.
Yeah, it's
But
generally
you can also get crazy to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that it could go either way. I think if it was shorter, it wouldn't be a detriment, but I like the length that it's at.
Is that one private right now? Or?
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Oh man, I wanted to like that shit on SoundCloud. I'm gonna be looking out for it.
So we got a Misty track. Thank you so much for that $5. I think it was a tiny bit too long, but it was structured well nonetheless. Yeah, no, it was. I did like the structure quite a bit. I listened to it for 7 minutes. Hey, glad someone agrees with me. Is it a little too loud for my boomer ears? That's actually entirely fair. I did see you say something about the Leroy inspiration, and I do definitely see that. If music doesn't cause hearing damage, I don't want it. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Melmige, I have this thing where I ask you to say 3 things that can hurt me just for jokes. What? Hold on. I have this thing where I ask you to say 3 things that can hurt me just for jokes, LOL. I'm not sure that I'm like just things that have the potential.
Swords.
Yeah.
Venomous snakes. An airplane crashing through your window, Donnie Darko style.
Yeah, like is that what you're looking for? Just like things that can cause you harm, or is it like?
Yeah, great job, Shield. By the way.
I don't know. Elaborate a little bit on that, and maybe we can get somewhere with it. But we got a track from Mist Merc, vocals from Soroki. Nice. Let's do it. I could cause. I'm I'm not reading that out loud.
Mango coming up in here, causing chaos.
I got a mango track somewhere in here.
Anyway, I can seem to find my way back. Let me break, shatter into pieces.
Like the
Let
Xeno one,
me
but it comes out of
stay or run away. Such a shame, everything I lost, get it back, rearrange all the useless thoughts in my head. You can't stay. You should change. What a hold in my hand, that's a rock. Why is everything around me not enough? Chain to the bottom, let me see through. Think about it, I would never let him hurt you. Crawl down deep to my side.
You were not excused now.
It's a bad sign.
I don't know if you know.
Forlorn, but to feed myself. God damn, it's a sad sight.
I need those vocal cords. Yeah, Soroki kills it, actually. Soroki does really, really well. The stream has been straight bangers. I don't know why you're surprised.
Honestly.
It is every week, baby.
I love this was the perfect song to contrast the last one. I think it's like, well, no, I'm serious though. It's because it's like a really nice like palate cleanser, you know, and it's like those vocals, they're just really like delicate, you know, and I'd say almost like fragile in a sense, and like
Yeah.
the character and stuff. It's so whispery and like breathy, and it's just a beautiful like way to express yourself on the instrumental of this. It's just it feels really close and intimate. And I think that's just the perfect way. I think that's the best way you could possibly do it on a track like this, you know. So
I agree. I mean, I love Misty's production on this. I mean, Misty always comes in with like these super trancey and like kind of like organic. Mel reminder, the song I sent you. Like, yeah, I got you. No. I got you. But like sort of like organic electronic, like that's something that has been like a phrase that's been like kind of like brewing in my head. I'm trying to figure out a better way to say it.
yeah,
But it's just
like
it's just so
like
nice.
fermenting in your brain cells.
Yeah, like I'm trying to figure out a better way to say it. But like this, it's just like a super soft, lush sound. And I think Misty does a really good job of creating those soundscapes. And I think that Soroki's vocals really match that energy so well, to where you kind of get some nice harmony and sort of like some peace between the two
Just a
elements.
little moment of like tranquility, you know.
Yeah, yes, thank you. That is what I was looking. That's what I was trying to say, is tranquility here.
You're welcome.
But I mean, I love it. I think it's fantastic. I'm not surprised that it's good. Like I said, you guys are always throwing bangers in our direction. Over
So
here
many
at Melmige Industries. So thank you. I love it. Okay, so Coda. If it's not too much of a problem, could you resend me the song? I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember what you sent it to me on, and I lose things easily. So please resend that. We got Avoid.
I know, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
All
so.
right. I'll
Yeah,
entertain them
you're
while
right.
you're gone. Don't worry. All right. Now that he's out of the way, we can finally do what we all came here to do. And I know that you guys know what that is. I'm sure you read your briefings. I'm sure you read the reports. You know the plan. I don't need to say it twice. Because I know that you're good students. You're good subordinates, and you've understood the plan. I know you read your memos and your briefings. So I'm glad that we can all move on with phase 2 of this stream. Yeah, I dug the mix, both those vocals being somber, differently yet attractive. Yeah, absolutely. I emailed it. That's right. You emailed it. Thank you so much. I gotta relog in back into fucking everything where I switched over to Opera. All right, guys, shut the fuck up. He's back. Shut the fuck up. Don't say fucking anything. Don't tell him a single thing that we talked about. Don't fucking say a single
One thing
word.
about me.
Don't.
One thing
no,
about
no,
me.
We didn't say.
I do
we
be pissed.
didn't fucking say anything. We didn't say a single thing, right, guys?
Really, you seem very not suspicious.
No, I didn't. yeah, I don't know why I would be suspicious because there's nothing
Yeah,
to be
I don't know.
suspicious about.
Not defensive at all. No.
No, and I'm certainly not defensive. That's something that I'm not.
Defensive? I'm not defensive.
Yeah, no. So, I'm glad. Subordinates? Maybe that was a wrong choice of words. Pupils, perhaps. But yes, thank you for reminding me, Marceline. I've got that pulled up. Mel is lying? Shut the fuck up, Shizu, if you know what's good for you. Let's listen to this Avoid track and forget everything that I didn't say anything, but let's forget whatever I did say.
Fortnite skins, okay.
Yeah, let's talk about Fortnite skins. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Barbed Sky, Sorrowbringer beat. Shout out Sorrowbringer.
Shout out. That guy's great. Fantastic pillar this community.
And I dig out the remnant of what's left where my head is. You'd rather me die by myself than offer me any help. And I wish you took it how I felt. I wish you checked in on my health. It's been months now, we ain't talked. Leave it in the past and walk away. Rain on my grave wakes up my fast life. Day by day kills off the sad times.
Hell yeah, I agree.
Blaring good.
Day by day I try to learn. Blood drips on my face and I rise on my grave tonight. I won't wait today cause I've been stuck up in my brain. Wait, do I stay? Do I wait? Wait, do I let you take residence inside my brain? Irresidual, yeah, my space is filling up. Back inside my room with my body just been withered up. I cannot let them in. Barbed wire skeleton, baby, I'ma build back up what I've been giving it.
I'll pay you in mom bucks? What does that even mean? What are mom bucks?
Very confused.
What the fuck is a mom buck?
And I dig out the remnant of what's left where my head is. You'd rather me die by myself than offer me any help. And I wish you took it how I felt. I wish you checked in on my health. It's been months now, we ain't talked. Leave it in the past and walk away.
All right. First of all, thank you. I'm glad that Avoid is I say this about every fucking track that gets played like this. I love this. I just love this mixing style and like this sort of like weary monotone delivery. It's like what I listened to a lot in high school. So like even if my tastes have like maybe developed or moved on from this sound or how much I love this sound, it's like I hear someone do it and I'm like, yeah, I remember why I like it. Mom Bucks is a Diary of a Wimpy Kid reference. You're so fucking right. But I love the sound.
It's kind of funny because like I know for you it's like a nostalgic sound, but for me I only found this entire scene like a couple years ago. So like a lot of this stuff feels really fresh to me, and I'm just like, I want people to do more of like this kind of like mid-tempo like rap, like melodic rap thing. I'm just like, I love it. And I love that the rhythms feel really precise on it too, because sometimes I hear people and it's kind of like sort of basic rhythms and they're like not always right on like with the beat.
Kind of like going over a bit.
Yeah, but like I feel like his rhythms, it's like weirdy and it's kind of like low key, but it's also like the rhythms and the flow are very precise.
Yeah.
Which I love. And another thing I want to talk about the layering. I love like harmony layering in songs and stuff like that. Just because in my mind it always feels like it's like you have a multiple choice of which line you want to listen to.
Yeah, it's like you can kind of pick it out in a way.
Yeah, and it harkens back, I think, to I was a huge fan of Mayday Parade in high school, and they have 2 vocalists, or at least on their early stuff, they prominently had 2 vocalists.
I had a dream last night,
Yeah. But it's like, it's kind of like that vibe, you know, where there's like 2 different things going on, and you can pay attention to one or the other. So
yeah, and I think that's a really cool thing to point out, because a lot of those like early emo tracks, like they had these, there was such an emphasis on layering, but the layers were so distinct that like you really could just like pick the one that you wanted to predominantly listen to, and it would kind of like stick out if you made it stick out.
Yeah, it's cool. There's just a lot to dig into, you know?
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I think Avoid does a really good job with this sound. I think Avoid does a great job with this emo sound. And like a lot of these like super like brooding moody emo tracks do, you kind of have this like this more relaxed slow delivery, and then you kind of have like this punch in for a more rap delivery. And I just like when people do that. Like it's kind of like the like you kind of like hear the beat, and then it goes into like that switch in delivery. I like it. I think it sounds
It's a good contrast.
Yeah. And then up next, Dex and Evan Carr continue on their tirade of making the most infectiously catchy fucking tracks of all time. We've heard like 2 or 3 so far. I think.
How many songs of the summer do they have so far?
They've made. They're kind of cornering the market on songs of the summer, and they're soon going to have a monopoly on it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else can make any songs this summer.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Capitalism is supposed to breed competition, but this is kind of just taking them all out.
All right, well, let's take a listen.
So really, looking at it from an ethical and moral perspective, should we be supporting Dex for cornering this market? It's just something to think about. Just something to think about.
Dex Hello seems quite interesting. I agree.
Almost feel bad.
Yeah, you should feel bad, Dex.
It's superficial. He said almost. Barbie Summer Rain stinks.
I'm taking back everything I said I would. Everything I said I could do for you just fell back into my hands. It never mattered what I said, just by the time I went to bed. I forgot what you told me, just hold me like you love me again. If only you would know what it meant. Flawless in the sunshine before it died. The permanent shadow it cast across my mind. I've been so selfish, sure, you did some when I did, but it's gone with the words that I'll never say. It's alright, I see that I wanted by knocking in circles and laughing in purple. Was trapped in the memory, left with the rest of me, leading to countless nights hurting and wondering. What if I had told you? What if I had told you? I'm taking back everything I said I would. Everything I said I could do for you just fell back into my hands. It never mattered what I said, just by the time I went to bed. I forgot what you told me, just hold me like you love me again. If only you would know what it meant. Everything I said I
Music machine and Kelly takes me next. All right.
It's not fair. It's actually
Yeah,
it's
it
not
really is.
fair. I think.
Dude, for years now, I've been such a huge fan of like Dex's voice, and like, I was talking about like Mayday Parade and all that like emo pop punk stuff, like early 2000s shit. I feel like he very much conjures that vibe on the chorus of this, and he just has like such a, I don't know, like emotive voice, especially in that high range. It just, I don't know, it's you can feel the emotion coming through, and I love that. And I love Evan's like contrast. Evan's always like a good contrast to Dex because I feel like he has a lot more like, at least in comparison, a lot more like gritty vocals, and like a little bit lower range. So yeah, sick.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Dex and Evan Carr is like a scary combination. I think they complement each other so well. And like you said, their deliveries are both wonderful performances that are very technically impressive. As well as just emotionally appealing, but like there is like a nice contrast between their performances it's not jarring, but like it's there. It fills in the space.
Skate wax on his vocals the way they slide.
I mean, honestly, listen, I know that Dex will mix Carlby's vocals. So I know the mixing prowess that Dex contains, but I mean the vocals are just, they're just so smooth. They're just so pretty. And Evan's vocals are also so pretty to listen to. I mean, this song is so cohesive. Like,
there's like a bitter. Oh,
this is mainstream. Like, this is like not mainstream. This is industry like level quality. You know what I mean? Like, this is like this is a standard to be set. I think. Like
there's a skate wax that there's like a bittersweetness to this track that I really like. I just love those, I'm a Midwest emo boy. I love those twinkly guitars in the background that are kind of coming through, and it stays like a little bit in minor key, but still is like very melodic and stuff. So I really enjoy it. You guys did a good job.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like the writing is, like you said, it's bittersweet, but also the writing is it's poignant and it has depth, but it's so digestible. It's so easy to understand, like, on a first listen, while still being personal. It's like got that nice sweet spot between, like, this relatable vulnerability, but also something that definitely means something to Dex and Evan. It's just lovely. It's just so good.
It's good time all around.
And then we got Head Too Loud, Joyride, with some more CM Spark production with Danny Phantom on there as well. I know the last Head Too Loud track that I listened to that had the CM Spark production was one of my favorite tracks that I believe they've ever submitted. So it's nice to see a good follow-up in terms of production style. So let's listen. Also, really quick, Switchblade, I know that you sent me this. I know that you said you updated the mix. I don't know if this is the one that I need to play or if there's a new one. So because the second link you posted, I don't think worked. So just throwing that out there before we get to you. Prepare to have fun. That's what I like to hear. I like to know that I'm gonna have fun. always something new.
Really?
It's always something new with Marceline. I feel like every
Oh,
hey, hi there, Jay. I just wanted to send a beat. We can definitely listen to a beat. Thank you so much for donating. That's very very generous of you. I'll get that pulled up. Here, you take this first, Hiroshi, so I can get this pulled up.
All right, sounds good. I love like the extreme pitch shifting on it. It just feels very like I don't know. I wouldn't say quite ethereal, but it feels like delicate and also like really like noisy at the same time, which is just really great. I don't know if you know Tone Deaf, but I feel like y'all would do some great things together. I'm just think that was like
Tone Deaf comes to the streams every now and then.
Yeah. So I don't know if you'll know each other, but I think that would be sick. That was like the immediate thing that popped up in my head, especially like just I don't know. I feel like you both accomplish the same thing, but with different sonic palettes. You know,
Yeah.
like I love the distortion on this and how close it sounds, but also the vocals manage to be like really like ethereal and like just kind of floaty, at the same time. So I think that's a really cool contrast.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I'm pretty familiar with Marceline's
Falsetto and up 500. Hell yeah.
It's always something different. I mean Marceline is always. I mean Marceline. I think the first track Marceline sent in was like a gothic rock, like
nice.
like something that sounded like The Cure, and now it's this, and I really appreciate that Marceline is kind of like taking those risks and doing new things and just not limiting their music.
Yeah, it's cool to explore new stuff, and I think that's one of the great things about the underground scene and SoundCloud scene is like, we can take those risks without people like, and people are like open to it, you know?
I mean, I like it a lot. I think this is a really nice track. I like it as much as I like the one you sent in last week. I love the vocal mix on it. I think it's like it's so high and it's so kind of like it's so high, but also I could understand it. Like it wasn't like how like sometimes you pitch it up so much it's like what the fuck's going on.
Like what is it? Yeah.
And like sure I had the lyrics in front of me, but like I could still understand it. So it's like hell yeah, I like it a lot. All right, Heizo J has sent us in a beat just simply titled "Chill." No need to.
I'm ready for some sick beats.
No need to beat around the bush. Let's just get to it. Let's just get to something chill. Once again, thank you for the $10. Let's listen. Let's relax.
Those keyboards.
Yeah, I mean, you get that electric keyboard sound. This is like something I would use, honestly.
Yeah. I'm digging this.
Make a trap bluegrass track. They exist. I can send you a link.
If there's an obscure genre out here, Mel probably knows it.
Oh yeah. I'll make a point. Oh, okay. Persona 5 piano, honestly. I'd use this, I would. Stoic posted a new jig type. Y'all ready to hear new songs from me next week.
Man, I love the complexity of this.
Yeah, like
What's going on?
it's like very sonically diverse. The switch ups and the additions are so nice. Percussion switch made me I'm a devout believer I'm in love. The switch up was nice. This is way engaging. It is engaging, and that's why I love it. I'm so glad that everyone's pointing this out. I'm so glad that Hiroshi's pointed it out. I'm so glad that Onwuka and Shizu are talking about it. I'm so glad that the Dex is talking about it. Here is my thing. For those of you who listen to my music, not just watch the channel, who listen to my music, you are very familiar with my broad usage of beats that I find on YouTube. I love Stoic, I love Eerie Skies, I love Pilot Kid, but like I use a lot of YouTube beats. So you listen to so many beats, you start to notice trends of people that are posting like daily beats and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing on this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
This is 100% a business practice to post a beat every day. I understand. But what I like, what Heizo is doing here is you have this chill, versatile beat with some really slick, nice piano melodies and some really fun percussion, but there are elements to it that are added, that are taken away, that are switched up, that give it the feel of a full track. I don't need vocals on this. And I think that the switch ups and the additional melodies and sounds and percussion, I think give it a very full and wide and impactful feel to it that keeps it interesting and keeps it engaging throughout the same time without ever losing the initial intended vibe. And I fucking love that.
Dude, yeah, it's so sick. Have you, is this out? Like, is this released?
Yeah, it's just on YouTube.
Oh shit, I couldn't find it. You should send me the link. But yeah, one thing that I, as a producer, have been like trying to get better at recently is like making hip hop drums like with like organic drum samples and making it still sound like a hip hop beat, if you know what I mean. And I think that is one thing that shines super well in this track. It's just like all this like really dynamic percussion sounds, and I love like the keyboards, especially in the beginning, and there were these layers, like these little like counter melodies and stuff coming in throughout the whole thing. It just felt really like, I don't know, it was just brain candy in my opinion. I don't know, it gives me the same, if you know anything about me, you know I love my math rock. Yeah. And it kind of gives me the same vibe a little bit, where it's like there's just so much like happening that you can listen to and like latch onto a little bit. It's sick. I love this.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna be a little sweetheart for just 1 second. Hirosha, for those of you who are uninitiated, for those of you who don't know Hirosha, which is it's a shame if you don't. Hirosha is legitimately one of the most like talented producers I've ever fucking met. So it's like this dude knows his shit. This dude knows his fucking shit. Side note, I looked out on my phone and my notifications. I know it's mirrored. I think it's mirrored, so you can't see it. But we got a tweet from Kid Mango that said, "My ops caught me changing my undies." So I need everyone to just go bully him for that tweet. But I didn't send you. I didn't send you. Man. Thank you, no problem. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like Stoic, man. Like Stoic does a really good job of the same shit. This is actually the beat that I used for Inertia. I've never done this, but I actually use the title of the beat for the title of my song. I know a lot of people do that to like have a starting point, but like I've never done that, so I thought why not? And then I made my favorite song ever.
Sometimes it just be like that, you know? I mean, I think that just means that, you know, it's a good name, like it goes well with like the actual vibe of the track.
Immediately resonated. I was like, hell yeah. I'll do a little live performance right now. Okay, bro. Dude, oh yeah.
Like unironically, Mel, you should send me the YouTube link for that beat though, because
for Heizo's beat.
Oh, for Chill, yeah.
Yeah, it should be in the replies to the tweet.
Okay, replies. All right, perfect.
But if you can't find it, I will send it to you.
All right, I'll go looking. I'll go spelunking.
Okay, hell yeah. My fault. Mango caught 4K, my fault. I found a brown recluse in my room. That shit is that is poisonous or venomous. While you're trying to locate it, we'll play your track. So you better be. Yeah, I always love when
kill that shit with fire.
That's how we do with Street Party. Hell yeah. I always like getting a Bandcamp link from Switchblade because I know it's going to just be the wackiest shit of all time. Try not to die. Yeah, actually, like, try not to die. That would really bum out the rest of the stream. $420 subs? Am I at 420?
Hey, smoke if you got
What in the Emily Dickinson titles? Switchblade's got some good song titles. Switchblade's got a lot of good song titles. Love you, Mel. I love you too, Addy. Addy,
hey, what's up, Addy?
Addy, when you gonna come co-host? I was gonna do a Family Guy impression. I decided that was a bad idea. I'm gonna withdraw that before it even happens.
All right, bringing that snare in.
That ding kind of gives it a bit of an industrial sound.
Yeah.
Hey Peter. Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna do the Joe voice. Every 22-year-old white guy's got a Joe Swanson voice. Just like every 22-year-old white guy's got a Rick and Morty and also a Shaggy. Switchblade is actually, like, honestly, like, I was surprised with how reserved it was. I like it a lot.
Into this. I didn't want to say much throughout the song because I was like, I just want to take this in.
Yeah,
Was like it's really calming, but sort of ominous at the same time. You know, if I had to do a picture of, or like if I had to picture something, it gave me like Subnautica vibes, and not just because of the cover. You know, you're like going through or maybe you're like exploring like deep space. You know, and like there's like it's like a pixelated game or something, and you're like going through the wreckage of an old space station or something like that.
That's exactly what it sounds like. And
yeah, and those like.
Oh,
go on.
I was just going to say, Switchblade is so good at creating an atmosphere and creating a soundscape. Like, that is just, Switchblade is so talented at just making something that is so, like, I pulled up this track because it's a really good example. It's just, like, creating, like, this sort of, like, quasi-narrative without there being one. Like, it feels like something is... something
like it goes somewhere.
Yeah. I think
I gotta say, those drums,
is a
dude.
Great descriptor.
When you brought the drums in too, I thought they fit the vibe perfectly. Like they didn't throw off the mood or anything. I thought the roominess on them was really cool, and it just felt really unique. Like you weren't bringing drums in there like just to bring in drums. Like they were like part of the atmosphere, you know?
Yeah, it makes sense. And yeah, Obama as well. But like this is another Switchblade track. I'm literally just playing a clip of a second one, but like.
Oh, guess I'm dropping a follow.
Switchblade,
Oh
I think Switchblade just has so much control over like every element of the track. And I love it every time. I think it's so fun to listen to. I think, like you said, like that sort of like peaceful and ominous dichotomy. It's like a perfect way to describe that track. I like you said, like the Subnautica comparison is also really good. That's kind of what it feels like, honestly.
Thank you.
But we have a submission. Coda sent this in, but this is a friend of Coda's. Spider hasn't been located. Stay vigilant, my friend.
Oh god.
It was funny. I was so directly outside my window. There's a house. Like there's just like a house that is beside, and the kids have a trampoline. Their kids have a trampoline. And I heard the kids like screaming yesterday, and I was like, "What could all the racket be about?" I wasn't like mad about the noise.
There's a racket.
I mean, yeah, kids are being kids. I'm not mad about the noise, but like, it's not like happy screaming. It's not squealing. It's screaming.
Oh yeah, you like.
And so I heard the kid go, "There's a black widow on the trampoline," and I thought that was so funny because we don't have black widows here. That's just like not a thing where I live.
Oh, see, I wasn't sure. I was like, because you're like on the opposite end of the country to me, so I was like, I don't know. I actually don't know.
Like, black widows are found in the southern United States, and the thing is like that's kind of like the area that I'm in a little bit, but like if there are black widows here, there's not a lot. And so he said that, and I was just like, I feel like the kid, like in a kid brain, you see a black spider, and you're like, yeah, that's definitely, like, I'm fucked.
It's like, well, it's like, yeah, you're
was.
not even gonna mess with it, right?
Yeah, maybe I'm a snake liar, and it actually was a Black Widow, but I don't think it was. But anyways, we got a from Rocky Island Golden Rocket. I think that's Jacoby Traveling Banjo. So we're gonna listen to this. This is Scarlett Johansson in her major role as Black Widow.
You spare your leftovers, man? You spare your leftovers? I'm going to Rocky Island to have a honey hole.
Favorite banjo song of all time. All right.
I'm going to Rocky Island and never come home.
Riffs though, yeah.
I've been before and I'll try it again. You traveling woman can't keep a good man down. Well, you down the cars, but you missed the place, so hit the road and you're on your way. I want to board that golden rocket and leave this town. Well, I love it begins and I'm running on time, but honey, I'm switching to another line. Don't try to hang the signal out for me. Well, I'm tired of running on a single track. I got a one-way ticket and I won't be back. I want to board that golden rocket and leave this town. Say sure.
I love banjos.
Oh hell yeah!
I got a bit of a joke slash question for you, Hiroshi. Ready?
What's up?
This is a joke, and I promise it's the funniest joke you'll ever hear. What?
All right.
What does an in tune banjo sound like?
Dude, I don't know.
No one
I can't
knows.
tell you. Real talk though. I don't know. I loved the way that he was playing banjo. It was but it's such a cool combination of being able to still have these little turnarounds and stuff, and like being able to play chords and still make it sound full. You know, because I feel like at least for me as a guitarist, I have a hard time sort of like filling in the blanks a little bit. You know, like it's like either you're playing rhythm or you're playing lead. Like this person, they were just like double timing it. And it sounds fucking sick. And I don't know, there was just a nice, like, I don't know, it's really interesting hearing, like, modern folk punk and modern, like, folk being made,
Yeah.
you know, in, like, these, like, urban environments and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, it's just such a interesting juxtaposition of, like, how industrialized, like, you know, modern life is versus, like, just the really grassrootsness of, like, a folk punk song.
Yeah,
you know?
and I always look to Ramshackle Glory in that regard. Ramshackle Glory.
I really need to listen to more folk punk, man.
Dude, it's like my favorite genre next to hip hop. Like I'm a folk punk guy. But like Ramshackle Glory also does a really good job of like capturing the essence of like that sort of like modern day industry from the lens of like a folk perspective. And they do it really. I mean, AJJ is a little more poppy, but AJJ I fucking love. Their early albums are super folk punk, but like I love AJJ as well. I'm turning Hirosha off real quick because you guys keep sending me links on Discord. But
disappearing.
yeah,
He's going to kill me. I'm
gone.
going to enter the void.
So we got a Carlby track that literally just dropped an hour ago.
Hey.
And it will be on all platforms tomorrow.
And it's out on SoundCloud right now.
Yeah. And then we're also going to pull up the next round of that did not do what I wanted it to do at all. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, this is a mess. See, you know how you can drag, you know how you can drag tabs from one window to another in Chrome?
Yeah.
You can also do that in Opera, but it's like you have to be a lot more like precise with it, and I'm not.
There's the smaller hitboxes.
The hitbox is significantly smaller.
Ooh, I'm seeing some lilac up in here.
Yeah, Lilac's unreleased.
Word on the street is there's a new Carly song. So
that's what I've heard. I just got offered to host a Silver community event show to show how to mix. Can't even mix barely. I think your mixes are good. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't sell yourself short. Sell yourself long. But yeah, I got this new Carly track. From Midwest Vignettes, which is an album that I'm very fucking excited for. I've said like 4 times on stream.
So,
and also,
I'm so psyched to finally have it out for the world. Like, been working on it so long.
This guy produced it. This guy right here. This guy produced it.
Awesome.
Pro fucked up the opera attack pattern. Nah, dude, I can't get it. But let's just listen. Maybe she just fell asleep with Peanut. Peanut is also very talented. And Jost with the guitars, he was also very talented. I listened to that new Peanut track too. It's really fucking good.
I can't help but let my insecurities get the best of me sometimes. These thoughts still linger in my mind. Maybe she's out with friends trying to have fun. Maybe your phone is dead and I'm worrying too much. Or has she finally had enough? Am I still undesirable?
I hear your vocals in there.
That she would cheat. Maybe she just fell asleep on me. I hate to be the rain cloud that follows you around, or an anchor tie up firmly to your feet. Maybe you're better off without me.
What you talking about, baby? I've been going crazy in my head. I'm sorry if I've been ghosting. I've been holding back my threads with these useless pins, cause I don't want you to know me. Shit always goes sour when we're more than friends. A fight that I want you to hold me. I prefer to stay back where it never ends.
Am I so undesirable to actually believe that she would cheat? Maybe she just fell asleep on me. I hate to be the rain cloud that follows you around, or an anchor tied firmly to your feet. Maybe you're better off without me.
What's up, Screwed?
Hey, Screwed.
Okay, so we're in an interesting position where the person that produced this song is directly beside me, right there.
Hey.
So we're so before I say anything about the track, why don't you like kind of like, I guess, say whatever you want to say about like the creation, inception, production of this track, and like how, you know, basically just what you want to say about it.
Sure. Thanks. Thanks for giving me the platform.
Of course.
And also thank you guys so much. I'm so glad you like it. I think this track is a good conception of the general like sound that we were kind of shooting for on this album. There's a lot of like going into it. Carl wrote a bunch of songs on as he does on like guitar loops, and we sat down and we went through all of it and kind of talked about the sound that we wanted with this. And first of all, we wanted it to be kind of an expansion on the sonic palette of I've Decided Not to Stay. And the whole philosophy of that I went in with, as well as this album, is like, whereas like, you know, before a lot of Carl B stuff is like hip hop with Midwest emo elements, we kind of wanted to like reverse the formula a little bit, where it's like a Midwest emo band with like emo hip hop elements, if that makes any sense. So I feel like this just encapsulates what I really wanted to achieve with that sound. So I'm really proud of just how it turned out. Peanut absolutely nailed her verse because she's fucking amazing, and yeah, I'm just really happy with it. So I'm glad you guys like it too.
Hell yeah! And real quick, I'm gonna ask one more thing of you. I do want to know, me personally, I do want to know a little bit more about the breakdown at the end.
Sure. What do you want to know?
Just, I guess, kind of like. I mean, honestly, just kind of like how you go about doing that, because I think that's kind of like a something that I recognize a lot in your production, where you have you have a beat, you have an instrumental that initially is very digestible, it's very straightforward.
Thanks, Coda. Thanks for stopping in.
Oh yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Appreciate you.
And it's, you know, especially when you're making something that Carl is going to use, it's very versatile. It's so easy to do a lot of different things on it because you make these beats that are very accessible. And then you also kind of have this other element of your production that is like that is kind of like a trademark in a certain way that you kind of come out and you always sort of flex a little bit.
Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate my mustache.
and you flex a little bit and you get a little bit experimental with it.
Thank you.
So I guess, yeah.
So I guess my thing going into it was, so like I said, Carl usually writes the songs around guitar loops first. So I had the structure of the song, and it just sort of ended. And I was like, I feel like this needs something, you know. And I was like, I want to have like a lot of like fireworks at the end of this song. So I was like, you know what? This song has a little bit of a post-hardcore edge to it. We're gonna do just a fucking breakdown. You know, so I was like, I'm just gonna write a breakdown.
I love it.
You know, yeah, and it's fun. You know, it's cool. I like to, if you notice, there's a couple points, especially on this album, where I try not to put my tag like directly in the beginning of some songs. I like to do it as almost like this album's version of like a mosh call. You know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Instead of like who wrote shit. You know, like yeah.
There's like intention behind it. I like that a lot.
Dude, thanks, Amuka. Yeah, it's, you know, we just have. I really wanted to explore something that sort of we haven't really done before by like sort of reversing it, you know?
Oh yeah, and of course, Carl B and Peanut did a fantastic job as well. Both of their
Super
vocals,
catchy.
both of their vocals and writing are just so nice to listen to. Carl's always got something catchy going on. Carl's always going to make some element of this just poppy and so memorable. And I think Peanut's vocals are fantastic. Like I said, I listened to the new Peanut track literally today, and I was blown away with just this.
Yeah, we both been a fan of Peanut for a while, so yeah, we were like, you know what, we're getting her on a track, especially because we only wanted to feature people that are in the Midwest for the album Midwest Vignettes.
Nice.
And she happens to be in the Midwest. We're like, let's fucking go, let's do it.
I'm like 11 and a half hours away. You guys could have called me. I can't even justify it. Like, I'm really far. I can't even like try to like bridge like a vague connection there. Everyone ignore the past 15 seconds. I was setting up a joke and it failed really poorly. So
yes, Mosh calls in 5+ minute song
Zoltar's here. Let's go. But we had a Kid Mango track. OMG.
Ooh, Mango.
OMG 1.
Mango's my favorite fruit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This shit really does suck. It's like no matter what you get of that
fucking red intro,
the money you stack or the clothes you get, this shit really sucks. And at the end of the day, disappear.
Yeah, putting 30 up in summer safe. Oh my god, I've been in and out of other states. Oh my god, I've been feeling different, feeling great. Oh my god, how you see me smile, baby, right? Oh my god, I don't understand how you fake. Oh my god,
I did not. Don't worry. I've been waiting to see your name pop up.
I've been dropping checks. I've been trying to flex. Popping, missing all these fucking texts. You won't see me unless I'm in your head. Ooh, don't play me known for static. Put the hands up, I get at it. Get them berries automatic. In the city with a baddie. I've been winning, check the tally. Get the money, fly to Cali. Look at me, I'm in the valley. Don't got much, but I've been.
Oh, the panic. Jesus.
Putting 30 up inside my safe. Oh my god. I've been in and out of other states. Oh my god. I've been feeling different, feeling great. Oh my god. How you see me smile, then you hate. Oh my god. I don't understand.
Yeah, Mango.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Man.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, someone pointed it
was
out.
this
Trey pointed it out.
self-produced?
I think it is self-produced. I think
Yeah,
I've talked to Mango about this track before. I think it is self-produced.
Just goes to show, Mango is a fucking force to be reckoned with. Like, the panning and like that transition in that bridge was so fucking cool. That was like the space, in there, and like hearing the drums pan around and the filter. It was just, oh god, so into it. And I love that Mango, like the range of his voice. It's just perfect for these like really low key but also super catchy hooks. Where it's like, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, it's like, and a lot of the time, some people might like think of that as like too simplistic, but it's just so freaking catchy,
It's just it's so seamless. Like, it's so well done that like there doesn't
so into this track.
There doesn't need to be more to it.
Yeah,
like it's just everything that Mango presents. And and like I said, Mango's voice is like perfect for this kind of like sort of like darker tone. But like it's still catchy. It's still got like a bit of a pop to it. And I think that's really impressive. And it's
really, it's like driving, but it's also really mellow and vibey at the same time.
I don't know. I like to reveal my biases. I've known Mango longer than almost anybody, like that I've known through music. I met Mango like my freshman year of college, and it's just like this man has evolved so much over time. But like these past couple months, like he's just making shit that is so outside of anybody else's box. And I think on tracks like this, it's like you listen to it, and it's rare to see somebody nail down a vibe so impressively. Like what he's doing
it's really
nailed down.
I really was wishing, like, the thing that I really wanted to do in the moment was just like, I really wanted to be grooving and have just a fucking joint and just be like,
yeah,
oh yeah, like that was just that's exactly what I felt like it needed to happen there.
And Mango's production is so good as well. I mean, I know that he's got that track where he used your guitars, and that is, and I love that. And I love the music he makes.
It was so cool. I heard it for the first time. Like, Jesus, God, oh my God. It's like, because you don't really see how someone else can use your tracks, and then or your like guitars or your loops or whatever, and then you hear somebody else's take on it. You're just like, that's so fucking cool. Yeah,
it was incredibly transformative, and I thought that was a really interesting take. Because like listening to that track, I was like I kind of have a good idea of how these originally sounded. Like, knowing you, I was like, I kind of know how these originally sounded and like what Mango's doing.
You know how I do.
Good. I'm really glad you guys fuck with it. Got me cheesing. Good. It's a good track.
Oh man, I'm always so behind on the chat. I have to like reload it.
You're good. Sometimes it's just like that. I'm not gonna lie. To be fair, everyone, like, I'm responding to people and people are hearing my responses to what they're saying like 15 seconds later. It's latency is really annoying. Streamlabs, I don't think Streamlabs has a latency fix. But we got Shizu Kesa with a cover of a Ninetales track, What the Fuck I'm Crying, and hold on, we have a fucking security breach going on behind me. You're showing your butt to everybody.
My videos.
He's just showing his cheeks to everyone.
So like, it's even funnier because I cannot see Mel's screen right now. I can only see what YouTube is seeing. But I'm like, who is cheeks? Who's cheeks, Mel?
You're about to find out. I'm making an EP, and the intro track has Hiroshi's guitars. Good.
Yeah.
Sheezy, why the fuck?
I need to get more fucking written for you. I know we had talked about something like a long time ago, but then I pierced my ears like an idiot, and I can't use headphones for like a few weeks. But yeah.
But the thing is so What the Fuck I'm Crying, obviously it's a classic song. It's a legendary track. It means a lot to me. I'm a very big fan of this song. I remember finding it a couple weeks I think after it dropped, and that's like what got me into everything that you're witnessing right now, like this song. So I got my expectations high, Shizuke-sa. I got my expectations really high. I say that like I didn't listen to this earlier today. I listened to it earlier today. I'm literally just fucking. One take with presets. You're an animal.
New friends, but some more setback. New wave hit home like a whiplash. 5 rings like maybe I should get that. 5 texts like maybe I should check that. I'm drunk like maybe I should text back. You crawl so maybe I should crawl back. I'm lost like show me where my friends at. I'm all like show me where my friends at. She's all like baby we should go now. You could leave girl, I could get her right down. Grab a train on the board going southbound. Give me time, I'll find out where my phone at. What's the time? 2 o'clock and it's pitch black. Set a time, it's time to go, grab my backpack. New year, where the fuck is my head at? Come around while I'm down, breaking down on the floor. Stick around, close the door. I've been feeling fucking bored. What the fuck did I do when you took out my name from your phone? Back in June, sour through. New year, where the fuck is my head at? New friends, but some are setback. New wave hit home like a whiplash. 5 rings like maybe I should get that. 5 texts like maybe I should check that. I'm drunk like maybe I should text back. You crawl so maybe I should crawl back. I'm lost like show me where my friends at. I'm all like show me where my friends at. She's all like baby we should go now. You could leave girl, I could get her right down. Grab a train, I'm pouring me southbound. Give me time, I'ma find out where my phone at. What's the time? 2 o'clock and it's pitch black. Set a time, it's time to go, grab my backpack. New year, where the fuck is my head at?
I think.
All right, Mel, you are more familiar with the original song. I'm not actually super familiar with Ninetales stuff, so I'm gonna let you take.
Oh, I know all about Ninetales stuff. First of all, it's a good cover. I think it honors the song appropriately. And I think that for having it as a one take, for slapping on some sort of presets to tweak around with pretty haphazardly, it's got a good mix, and I like the layering a lot. I think that you've captured the sound of the layering from the original while also adding in some elements of your own. I noticed that you changed a couple ending vocal melodies, like a couple notes. And I think changing the notes on some of the ends of the bars from the original track to have a bit more of like a personal inflection to it, I think was a good choice. Because this song is close. The cover is it's a pretty close 1-to-1 comparison in terms of style, in terms of mixing, in terms of layering. The original song probably has like double the layers, if I'm being honest. Like it probably has double or triple the amount of layers. So there is a bit more reservation in the layers compared to the original, but I think you have a really good amount. I think it sounds really good. I think that you kind of nail that sort of monotonous vocal tone that gives it this sort of like shaky, like droning sound to it. I mean, overall, it's a good cover. I like it. I think it's good. I hear a lot of covers, and I'm like, not really anything to me. But I like this.
I feel like covers in this scene are kind of hard to do because
they are.
You know, like, well, yeah, because it's like a lot of the time you're using the same beat, right? You know, so it's very hard to like make it like do something like original with it. And so I haven't heard actually the original song of this. I got more into like sort of person, like, you know, when he like more around like I want to say like 2021 era. But I do know what his voice sounds like. So like listening to you do that style, I really enjoyed it because it didn't feel like you were trying to be Ninetales or a sort of person. You know, it really felt like, you know, your own flows on that, and I loved your expression on it. It just felt really well animated, you know, and the melodies were really right on, like the notes were just nailed it. So I think you killed it.
We'll do this real quick just to give you a little taste. Wait, was that the same track? Yeah, there's the cover three down, but this is what the original sounds like for Hirosha.
Anytime I'm finding where my phone at. What's the time? 2 o'clock and it's pitch black. She said the time is time to.
And I do agree where it's hard to make a cover of a lot of these tracks like Hirosha said, because a lot of the time the same instrumental is being used and all that stuff. And I have 2 of my songs that are in the related tracks for this track. I have.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know it's like heresy that I haven't really listened to much Ninetales. Well, I need to dig more into that.
Is my channel is very positive, and the streams are very positive because I don't really talk about things I don't like. I don't get too much from that. But this might be a shock to you guys. I have some very strong opinions on music. And I have a lot of feelings when it comes to covers that do not feel transformative. But I like that. I like that cover. I do think it's good, and I do think that Shizuke kind of makes it his own. So it's like good job. I like it. It sounds good. Like I would listen to it. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to like listen to a cover and like
like it has its own appeal, like, apart from a Ninetales song.
Like it's hard to look at a cover and view it from the lens of like, would I listen to this over the original?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I think, an entirely different question. I think that's kind of like, because in that point you have to contextualize it. You have to make it a comparison, and I think that kind of detracts from the conversation of quality.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah,
honestly.
like Slow Thrust. Slow Thrust is a band that I like a lot, and they have a covers EP, and they cover Sex and Candy by Marcy Playground on it, and they cover and they cover Happy Together, and they cover Baby One More Time, and all of these covers I really recommend listening to this Slow Thrust cover of Happy Together. It's so you know, I can't see me love. It's a very happy, upbeat song. Yeah. And then you listen to the Slow Thrust cover, and you're like, this shit is so fucking moody.
Just like complete 180.
But like in such a great way. But yeah, two fucking melmige songs right there, baby. Winter Walk with Hirosha. So you're there too.
Oh, hey, what do you know? Wow, that's pretty wild.
Let's listen to this Insomniac track. Big Noah Genesis, Insomniac, all day long. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah. Insomniac's
production is
Big Noah Genesis. Yeah. Listen. Cruising down I-95 in my 528. I'm blessed to be alive, man, it feels great. Don't hate, don't participate in that whack shit. Making musical classics, my only habit. See, it's tragic when someone tries to steal your magic. No matter how badly your effort towards a standing, my standard is the standard. You miserable bastards, critiquing with no talent. I've had it, man, that's it. Have this L, go ahead and grab it. And I ain't talking about the weed right now, that has me blasted. I'm chilling and I'm cruising, singing my song and cooling. Left all that wrong shit, got right with the movement. So what is right when I write, brother, catch flight like right brother, soaring up the new heights. And this beat is a breeze pushing the cloud. Yes, indeed, Insomniac, best believe it's going down.
All day long, it's right, it's right.
Insomniac loves those horns, man.
What's right is right, man, no matter how tight. Cutie with the booty is, I ain't cheating on my wife, she my light. In this world of darkness, where the wrong is heartless. They want us apartments to live in apartments. And our marriage is as strong as a park bench. All that blown up in the spark and close the lid on that garbage. Since it's all stinking, I don't care what y'all thinking. I'ma continue to live life, dancing and singing. Sun shining, bringing happiness and perspective. My daughter, she my blessing, handcrafted up in heaven. The Lord took an extra second, creating that perfection. So when she smiles, she can shift direction of depression. My little sunshine, looking at her smile one time. I could unwind from the wrong shit that sometimes brings me down, but then it subsides when my daughter gives me a hug and a kiss. Then the love guides.
For real, this is like perfect groovy track.
Yeah, I mean, on Luke is right. Like, this is a nice cruising track, summer vibe. But also on the technical side of things, I mean Noah here has some really tight flows, has some really great delivery, great enunciation and dictation.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Dude, I love me a fucking boom bap flow. You know.
Dude, yeah.
So great.
It's so good.
And like some background lore for me. Like, as you know, like I am pretty new to getting into hip hop, so I don't know a lot of like the classic stuff. But the first stuff that I ever did get into really in hip hop was like Immortal Technique. You know, like Dance with the Devil, like something like that.
Dude, Dance with the Devil,
like boom bap stuff.
Crazy song.
Yeah, but it's like that more grimy sort of like boom bappy stuff, you know. So this is like, you know, I love this sound, and I feel like I don't get to like hear it as much, you know, in like modern stuff. So it's really cool to like, you know, to hear this. So
yeah,
I also love like the. Oh, go on.
Oh, no, you go ahead real quick.
I love the like almost like the vapor wavy kind of like, you know, the brass and stuff too. Sick.
Yeah, and I can definitely tell that and Noah's going in with a lot of like influence from 90s. Like I can hear some like East Coast or just East Coast shit with like this is kind of like a happier Wu-Tang in a way.
Oh yeah.
But also the track kind of has a lot of the bounce that a lot of West Coast hip hop did, and like G-Funk, and I think sort of the G-Funk sound kind of does come a lot from Insomniac's production, but also sort of like the bounce and the flows and the bounce and the sound and it's so nice. I think Insomniac does a really great job using those horns and those drums to make a really nice upbeat chill summer vibe with it, and I think that Noah comes in and just does a really fucking good job with delivery and with lyric writing. It's I can definitely hear the sound that it is inspired from, but I can also hear so much of just of uniqueness and something that Noah and Insomniac are bringing on their own. Noah always has a genuine feel. Yeah, dude, he does.
I really love the drums on this. I love when producers can make things sound punchy, but at the same time, kind of like muddy and dusty, if you know what I mean. You know, like I've never quite been able to like capture that, and that's what I was talking about with that chill track a while ago. With what's it?
It was Heizo.
Heizo, yeah. Where it's like, you know, doing like using acoustic drum samples, but like, you know, doing like hip hop.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, you have like this sort of like grimy, dusty sound to it. Like
but it's not washed out. You know what I mean? It's like, it's punchy.
There's and this is kind of like the obvious one, but when you listen to like Cream by Wu-Tang, I mean that the piano melody on that is gorgeous, but like you have these super nice like booming dusty drums that are entirely organic, and they sound so good. They it's kind of like the difference between CGI and practical effects. Like there's
a little bit, yeah.
There's weight to it. And like Ruckus and B minor, or even like something from like Dell, like Mr. Dabalina, like you have these really nice organic drums that really sound so good and add to this sort of like, you know, like you said, grimy atmosphere.
And one of the big ones that I listen to as far as 90s hip hop is Tribe Called Quest. And that's just
Tribe Called
reminds me a
Quest
lot of,
does
Midnight Marauder
great.
shit. Hell yeah.
I mean, Tribe Called Quest does super well with like that sound. Like Electric Relaxation, I love a lot, or Can You Kick It? But then also you have like Digital Underground with like the fucking Humpty Dance, or with like Underwater Rhymes, or shit. What's the track?
I don't know.
Do what
like,
you like. Do what you like.
You know a lot more of the. You know like a lot more about this like genre than I do. I've like mostly dipped my toes in. Unfortunately,
and I'm kind of like I'm saying a lot of things just to make the point that like what Noah and Insomniac doing feels very authentic. It feels very genuine. It feels very grounded. And I like it a lot. Now we're gonna listen to a Lilac Heart track.
Let's go! So psyched for this new shit.
I love Lilac Heart. We shared a beautiful moment in the Burger King parking lot where we ate in the back of my car. It's a
Amazing.
great time.
I still wanna meet Lilac someday. So hazy. I love it. Oh man, that's super unique. I wanna go. I'm gonna start off. That's cool.
Yeah, please do.
So I'm like colossal fan of Lilac Heart. Maybe one of the people in the scene, like in underground, that I actually maybe listen to most. And I know his older stuff, is a lot different than this, and I'm a massive fan of that as well. But I really enjoy this direction that he's taking. I want to go on record and say that I think it's sick. I love how like just crunchy those drums are, and I love that like his vocals are like pushed back and they're a lot more atmospheric than I'm used to hearing from him. It reminds me a lot of, I don't know if Lilac or Mel, if you've heard it, but the artist Dandelion Hands.
I don't think so.
It's like this. It's this very lo-fi sort of like really depressive. Like I don't even, not sure if I want to call it bedroom pop, but it's sort of chiptune-y, a little bit acoustic guitar, a little bit bedroom poppy, but it's like very lo-fi, very like unpolished, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the vibe that that it's giving off. It's like that, and like or more like an electronic version of like a 90s emo stuff, like Sunny Day Real Estate or like American Football, where like the vocals are tucked back and they're almost more of an instrument. So I just think it's a really interesting direction, that Lilac's taking, and I'm super psyched for this EP that's gonna be coming out soon.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
that I think that the sort of like detached and reserved vocal mix actually really plays to the advantage of the track, especially when you look at the instrumentation and the production, and you understand, like you said, that sort of like lo-fi, that sort of like there's a bit of an edge to the vibe. And I think that the vocals, I mean, just fit in so well. I think they have a nice, delicate sound to them. And it reminds me a lot of honestly, when you think of sounds like this, and when you think of just like the sort of like bliss, like the blissful energy of this track, it feels very hypnotic in that regard, because it's just very pleasant to listen to. It's very nice. It's kind of like like a warm.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a warm blanket, you know.
Yeah, it's like comforting. It's a comforting sound.
Yeah.
And I know that I've brought this artist up on stream before when comparing to another track, but I can't quite remember who I was comparing them to. But if any of you listen to Starry Cat has a wonderful yet short discography of tracks that are kind of similar to this in vibe, where it's sort of that very distant, reserved, and almost like vocal as instrument sound. But in an acoustic context, like Starry Cat has a song called Happiness that I recommend everyone going to listen to. It's a beautiful, rough around the edges lo-fi track, and it's so wonderful. And this track reminds me of that, and sort of like the vibe and the aesthetics that it brings to the table. I think Lilac Heart's incredibly talented.
Crunchy ass drums, boy. I was really into it.
It's so good. It's so good. I'm a big fan of the cover art. I like the moth.
Yeah.
So shout out Lilac. Then we got a Nico track. Nico's always bringing some fun, energetic sounds. Let's listen. It's private too. Let's listen.
Thought I knew you.
I know that you worry about me, baby, don't worry about me. I know that you heard about me, baby, what you heard about me. Somehow I feel like I'm dying, but you won't catch me crying. Unless you get close to me.
I'm so psyched for
You know I know I'm dying, bitch, I keep that close right to my chest. I had to up it when I did because it might have been my best. Friends, they turn to friends, when my bro, he lost his heart. Looking in my eyes, he say, remember what I said. Baby, know it makes it out fine. Even if the play's dead, won't be same as last time. We don't got no lifelines, we don't got no friends here. Even if your life's good, won't make it till next year. Then you passed and I didn't think about a kid that fucks you up for like a minute. Off of all these drugs, I told myself I gotta quit it. And then I didn't. But bitch is fine, so you're just doing all this dumb shit. Wanna test your luck, then run up and make assumptions. Never been in love, but baby,
by myself in my room.
never been enough, so I realized I was bluffing. She said, baby, I can tell there's something
Flipping, I agree.
He said, baby, I made you another son. She said, baby, come with, it's gonna be fun, though. I don't live my life for fun, but I knew she wouldn't get it. Old friends tell me that I'm lying and I get it, but you're not me, so you couldn't tell the difference. Man, I wish I was finished, but I'm not. Yeah, bitch, I'm gonna be at this till I drop.
I love the abrupt cutoff. I'm a big fan of Nico. I've been following Nico's music for, I don't know, maybe like 3 months now, maybe 2
headbanging while twerking right now. That's an accomplishment.
Shizu, you're not getting the twerk stream. I'm sorry, you're not getting the twerk stream.
You know, the multitasking. It's crazy.
That's too much. It's very impressive. Don't get me wrong.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
Oh no, you're good. No, don't place blame on yourself. This is Shizu. Shizu's doing this to us.
Shizu.
But yeah, I've been following Nico for a couple months now, and I really love what Nico does with this kind of. I struggle to find the name for the sound. Like, sure, it's electronic, but it's also sort of digicore, and it's also kind of hyperpop, and I don't really have a good name for it. I'm sure somebody.
Yeah, it's hard because there's a lot of influences. Like.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure somebody out there probably has a better name. But
this is like, I don't know. Is it like hyper grunge?
Maybe.
Hello? Yeah, it's because I don't know. I just see it's like so distorted, and there's so much all this like chaos and like these really reverb like, but also distorted, like, raging, like, almost post-rocky guitars around it and stuff. But like, I feel like the vocals are almost like the eye of this like storm. You know,
the
like, there's
vocals
so much
are
like noise and chaos going around, but then there's this intimate vocal in the middle of it. It's really interesting.
The vocals are like super wispy and super like they're light and floaty and bright, and then you have like this like earth-shattering bass surrounding everything, and then you have kind of like a piercing, rattly synth that kind of drones over the same two notes as like the driving melody. And so you have this contrast, like you said, between the vocals and between the production, and I think the Eye of the Storm comparison is incredibly fitting for this track, and honestly fitting for a lot of Nico's tracks. And I think they're a lot of fun to listen to. Like Nico a couple months ago dropped like Dream, and it's like I think that Nico's doing something really cool with a sound that I believe to be one of the most quickly saturated sounds. I think.
Oh yeah, I feel like there are. What are you saying?
Well, I think that making music on the internet breeds accessibility to making music into this. And so new sounds that pop up become more and more saturated because more and more people are finding it more accessible to create music, to have a platform, to do things. And in a sound that I believe to be saturated by a lot of really talented artists, but saturated nonetheless, I think Nico does some really, really cool and interesting things with the sound. And every time she drops, I'm like, yeah, this is fucking fire. It's really good. It's really nice.
Yeah, I was into it. I think it's very interesting. Like, you know, it's one of those things that's just like you said. It's like just absolutely is like of the internet. You know,
100%. And then we got I Bleed I Care. I can't pronounce this because I Bleed I Care is French, but Yokai Dreams is also on this, which is a lot of fun. And so I Bleed Care DM'd me to this and was very kind to provide translations in the description.
Oh, awesome.
So we should be able to know what is being said, even if you don't speak French, which is nice, which is good, which is awesome.
All right.
It's like power metal.
Hell yeah. Starting off fucking post-hardcore shit.
want to take this one first?
Yeah, let's go for it. So one thing about me that you should know is that I'm old. Okay. So like I was in like high school during like the height of like risecore, like metalcore stuff. So I think it's super cool seeing like people in the SoundCloud scene like taking that and putting their own spin on it. Like I think like hearing all those like the clean vocals and stuff that are very like the processing on it reminds me a lot of like how people do it in the SoundCloud scene. But at the same time, it sort of recalls a little bit of like Attack and like like all those like metalcore and like G-core stuff. I think it's just super cool, and it was really well done too. I like it was really heavy at points. Like when the screams came in, I thought they were really well done, and I feel like sometimes with full band tracks that are like I'm not sure if this was self-produced or not.
I don't know for sure. Oh my God, it's Corefish. No, send something. Send a song in. Send a song in.
So I don't know if it was self-produced or not, but when people use instrumentals like full band instrumentals, I feel like sometimes in the scene they can seem a little bit watered down just because those instrumentals are written, with space kind of baked in there for someone to sing. But this track was not like that. This very much was not. It felt like a really fleshed out like metalcore song with like like sort of hyper poppy like SoundCloud
self-produced
clean vocals on it, which is sick. Yeah, self-produced. Oh shit!
Hell yes!
Let's go. He killed it. I love those. I love the riffs, dude. And like the drum programming was super on. I know how meticulous that shit can get. So great job.
I love this track. I think that Bleed just fucking nailed it. And like you said, like the sort of like when you have songs like this, when you have like post-hardcore, metalcore, right? Like when you have genres like this that were very of the 2000s, and you have them being brought into the sort of like modern age of internet based community music, you see those more modern mixing and stylistic choices find their way in to the tracks. Like for example, Bleed's verse and that intro was like had that shiny that auto-tune sheen to it, and so it's interesting to hear those sounds over a metalcore track or over stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and some of that stuff was being done back in the day. Like a lot of the hallmark of like 2010s like metalcore was like we're gonna have really poppy auto-tune vocals on top of a metalcore thing. But I think the difference here is like the delivery of the actual like melodies and patterns of vocals. Like there's like bring almost like a hip hop sensibility into it a little bit,
Yeah, and I like that a lot. And then the vocals on that chorus are
hell yeah,
stunning, dude. They're stunning.
I think all of us had an old metalcore band back in Skeletons in the Closet,
And I think that like and obviously I'm not saying anything like new, right? But that's not an easy sound to do.
Oh no, it's very much not.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I totally fucking blanked out when you said that. Yeah, okay, you were in a metalcore band as guitarist, and that's really cool. Also, I'm terrified of this track right here. I'm
the cover art, man.
I'm terrified of this track because Caleb sent in something 2 weeks ago, and it was maybe the greatest shit ever sewn on any of these streams. It was.
All right, I'm ready.
It was
My body's ready.
It was like a metal punk rendition of Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah. I was watching the stream when that that came
I'm
up.
Like,
oh my God.
We got a couple songs till we get to it, but I'm scared.
You see it looming on the horizon.
Yeah, no, it's on its way. It's coming. And
it's going.
All right, so
it's that meme. It's that meme of the dude that's like pointing at the tornado.
Yeah. Literally how I feel about this shit, man. We got Trey with When It's Sunny, self-produced, all platforms. Let's go. I'm so pumped.
Give me the motherfucking gun, Trey.
stutters.
Oh yeah. Oh, those pads are so cool.
That's super interesting. That is
Right.
way different from like anything else you've sent in, I feel like.
Yeah. It's so like, I mean, as far as like the production and the soundscapes on it, it's so like contemplative and like low key. I was really into it. I was really into those like glitchy pads like that are just kind of floating around in the background and stuff. If I had one critique, I would say I think maybe the bass on this, like the 808s, are maybe a little high. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like if you brought it down a little bit, you could have more space for everything to happen, and still have, you know, kind of the thud of that 808 going on. But you know, that's just a little bit of a grade. But other than that, I think it's really cool. I think it's just a really interesting kind of contemplative soundscape and stuff you got going.
Yeah, you have like a really nice ambience to it. There's I don't know, it's like when you listen to it, you have the opportunity to like pay attention to every element of it and how they kind of like swirl and blend together. I was not expecting that shit from you at all. But I'm happy that you made it, and I'm happy that you sent it in, because I think it's even with the lyrics, it's a really cool take on like having this sort of like aggressive hip hop like delivery flow and like writing, but then you push it in the background, you give it a soft sound, you make it ambient with this like super spacey production, and it's like an entirely different thing. You're kind of recontextualizing your own vocals in that regard, and I think it's a really cool stylistic choice. Honestly, I don't know if you've made other tracks like this. I just don't remember your submissions being like this, but like honestly, keep doing it. Like I would like to see you expand.
Yeah, this is really cool. This is another thing. I said earlier in the experience, someone else would be a good collab with like Tone Deaf. I think this would be another one.
Yeah, I mean Tone Deaf's like a fucking like god of ambient music.
Yeah.
We have Zoltar up next with Red 40 Blues. As you can see, I've already liked and reposted this song. I already have an opinion on it.
What? melmige being biased on his stream?
I love Zoltar, man. I love Zoltar. Let's listen. First take on the ambient sound. I would say keep trying.
Hey, yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Feel fake. Don't know what I want, 'cause every day feels all the same. Right where you want me, complacent and lonely. I'm
Okay.
close to feel like I'm reaching for something that's long gone. I'm stuck on this chapter. She's reading with laughter in Paris, but I'll sanctify my struggles in a little time. Breaking my back trying to fix you up. I'm so sorry that I wasn't enough. The cards you were dealt broke the heart that you held. There's no one to blame, so I'll point at myself. That's fine, I know I can't go through that. Unwind the vibes, pulling you right back. Sit tight, adjust the problems you have. All questions making me see your mind. I need a heart that can function and can be patient. Too bad the strings that it's attached are always fraying. You think I like being anxious and always shaking. I like these words on my own, don't need your
Zoltar is fucking crazy. Like, dude, I mean, Zoltar, like Newton's Flaming Laser Sword was, I think my introduction to Zoltar. This song, like, there's just so much put into it. Like, there's so much, like, dedicated thought to every single fucking second of this song.
Yeah, I mean, like, this, I feel like the sonic landscape of this song, like, just hits in, like, the sweet spot of so many things I like. I love, like, you know, like, wheedly guitars, you know, and then, like, I love, like, pianos as far as, like, you know, like, sound design and stuff, and it just has this really, like, sentimental but also complex and sort of, like, cerebral instrumental, you know? Oh, it's so good. I'm so into it.
I listen to a lot of music, right? For the channel, in my own spare time. I listen to a lot of fucking music. And there's a couple artists that, like, I have been really, really paying attention to because I'm very, very excited to see where they take their music. I'm really excited to just listen to what they're doing now. Zoltar is one of those artists. Like,
definitely one for me now.
Like, Zoltar, fucking, Thatcher Blackwood, Corefish, fucking, 8485. Like, I have this, like, mental list. I have this mental list of artists that I am just, like, I have attached so much of my attention to because they are making a wave. Like, they really are. They're making a wave in this scene that is
interesting.
Unheard of before.
It's been really interesting seeing the progression of, like, sounds in the SoundCloud scene. You know, like,
really 173 fucking followers, you know? Too.
Yeah, crazy.
I think that these artists, Zoltar included, are really pushing forward this almost like a breakthrough in underground music, and I think this song exemplifies that point incredibly well. I think it's fucking gorgeous. I think the structure of it is so meticulously done that it's wonderful. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna press this little button. I'm gonna press my mean Mel button. This is when Mel gets mean. Is when I press the button. And so,
oh no, it's the mean Mel button.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Button. And so basically, I am now going to take a very short break to go grab a water bottle because I'm parched, as they say.
All right.
So I'm going to so you know, you don't gotta go anywhere.
You're gonna leave me here to fend for myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here if I can also just, like, turn it to, like, the starting screen, but I'm gonna go grab a water bottle real quick. Hiroshi is gonna entertain you. He's really gonna do that.
Oh god.
So I will be right back. This song is perfect. Be right back. Oh, yeah. It's the Melmige shirt. Oh my god, what kind of shirt is that? It's the Melmige shirt.
It's the Melmige shirt. Get your Melmige shirt.
Fucking buy my merch.
How are y'all doing tonight? I'm having a great time. I'm very happy that Mel invited me on the stream. So yeah, I'm gonna keep vamping. Anybody got any good knock jokes? No? Okay. Just okay. Oh god. I am not seeing the chat in real time either, so this is like I have to wait for stuff to go through. What's up? Yeah, this is my stream now. Shizuka, Shizuka, I'm sorry, I probably butchered that. But this is my stream. I'm taking over the YouTube channel. I have about 60% of the charisma of Mel, so you're just gonna have to deal with that. But that's it is what it is. I got a joke. I got a joke for you guys. Okay, so I know a Polish sound engineer. I also know a Czech one too. A Czech one too. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. That's the only joke I'm doing tonight. Rosha in chair stream. Yep. Yeah, this chair is it's a very nice chair. This is my chair review. It's got a nice back to it.
Hiroshi was doing what? What was he doing? He was talking shit about me.
No, I'm doing a chair review. It's a very different thing.
As I was putting the headphones on, I heard the word chair review, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I gotta fucking get in here quick." I was like, "I gotta get back in the game."
Well, it was a nice chair. I don't know what to tell you.
Fair,
like I mean, I can't just review a chair.
I mean, that's true. I kind of did leave you to fend for yourself, threw you to the wolves a little bit. You did what you had to do to survive, and I
only lost a couple fingers. It's fine.
That's okay. That's okay. That's better than the alternative. We got Sofa Bed up next. Sofa Bed always puts the tuning of the guitar in the description, but I guess this is a piano track, so the piano is tuned to whatever piano is tuned to normally, obviously.
Equal temperament.
So I appreciate the consistency. Let's listen to the Sofa Bed track.
All right.
I got my water. I'm gonna stay hydrated. After the stream ends, I'm having cup noodles.
We like some hydration up here. We do not want any dehydration. I don't fuck with dehydration.
This is gonna be sad.
Alright, I'm ready.
I don't even know how I made that sound.
No, this is a safe for work stream.
there for so long that like when it goes away, you can kind of feel like the air is sucked out of you a little bit.
For sure.
You know what that was?
That was so nice.
That was lovely. That was like a lovely arrangement. When the guitar comes, Trey brings up a good point. When the guitar comes in, when the guitar comes, so did Mel. Oh my god, dude! That was. You're not wrong. I've
like, oh!
I really felt that shit in my heart and in other places. It was just I mean, it's a beautiful track. I mean, and that's the thing when it comes to instrumentation. Honestly, emo goat's really good. I know that JR is also fucking crazy on piano and guitar as well. And like when I think of like this is, I'm a piano guy. I play piano. I've played piano for a long time, and so I love hearing something that is just that really like. You don't have to like get crazy with a piano to make it pretty, to make it super gorgeous. And I just really love the sort of like tone that you set here with the piano. It's just a little buzzy, and then you have the noticeable buzzing in the background that kind of acts as a white noise foundation for it to act upon. And then when the guitar comes in, you have these wonderful strums, these plucks that just work so well. And then you have like the xylophone keys chime in. And then you have a cello halfway through, and you have these elements popping in and out, but the transition, they fade in so smoothly and so nicely that everything is just so naturally and organically flowing. Nothing feels shoehorned in.
It's so beautiful and pensive, you know, and like you said, like it's the space in between like those piano notes that is like really where the magic is, like in this song, you know, there's just like the environment of it, and like there's little hits of the piano, and you just like are left to like think about it for a minute.
Call me a pussy, but that dead ass made me cry. No, I mean like it's an emotionally compelling arrangement. Like it's super pretty. Like
beautiful.
You know, also not to like bring up not to just bring up a totally different person, but Greenwood also makes really beautiful piano arrangements like this. I don't know. I when I listen to Sofa, or when I listen to Greenwood, or I listen to JR, it's just like I can rest easy knowing that like there are people doing just really, really wonderful instrumentals that are just so pleasant and lovely and calming to listen to. I think this is I've heard a decent amount of Sofa Bed production. This is like one of my favorites.
Yeah, this stuff like this reminds me that the SoundCloud scene and the underground scene isn't all just like, you know, like hyperpop and like hip hop and stuff like that. There's like all kinds of different genres being made, you know, and it's really cool to hear some of the more like obscure and like ambient and atmospheric stuff from a platform like SoundCloud, you know.
And now we got another artist from Emo Goat Records with JRXHC.
JR, what's up?
JR, let's do it.
For the pain that you made me hold. Now I'm safe in
I have a quick side note before we talk about this track. So Atlas is right there. Everyone knows Atlas. Atlas has been on the stream so many times. I have 3 cats. Only one of them has never appeared on stream, and she's right there. But she's right there.
Oh man, rare stream appearance.
It's too dark.
Cat's hiding.
It's too dark to see her. So the only time she's ever been on camera for stream, it's too dark to actually fucking see her.
Oh man.
But JR, man, I love JR's vocals, and I think it's interesting because after listening to a couple JR tracks, like, you know, JR has got the sort of like the Midwest emo influence and sound, and then you have these, a lot of the time, these like super like distant and detached, super reverb heavy vocals that blend right into the atmosphere of the track, and they're a little more upfront on this song, and I like it because it still retains like the raw sound. I love that JR's vocal mixes are intentionally more raw, more organic, a little edgier, because I think it just works so well for his voice, for his cadence and delivery. And over this instrumental, I mean, the dude's just fucking crooning over this shit.
I love the like the motifs that he puts in there, you know, like goodbye, like, and like that like echoes in the piano and stuff. I think that's a really smart way to utilize that motif. And then when the drop comes in, I love that synth line. It almost reminds me of like, this is a weird comparison, but it almost reminds me of like Studio Ghibli stuff, or like Legend of Zelda when like melodica is used. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? In like Breath of the Wild, where it's like this really like tranquil, like calming effect. You know, like I don't know what it is about melodica, like in arrangement, but hearing that just makes my blood pressure drop like immediately, like so calming. Yeah, and I don't know if that's the intended effect, but that's what happened to me. I was like,
yeah,
nice.
it's like a release.
Yeah.
But Scoob does bring up a good point. I didn't expect the sense at the end, but I do like him quite a bit. This is my favorite JR track. I don't know. I think, and that's also got Sofa Bed on it too. I mean, I love what JR is doing. JR is fucking crazy. We have a bit of a powerhouse team on this next track. We got Victim by Corefish, Alkyl, Thatcher Blackwood. Everyone put X's, but they replaced the vowels with X's. And there's 5 vowels. 5 vowels. I have a 20% chance of getting any given name right, getting any given X right.
Yeah, there's like you gotta guess, you know.
Yeah, like I could say magia, I could say mogia, I could say mugia, I could say migia. It could be anything. Migia. But I would guess that it
could be Mysia, because Y is a vowel sometimes.
Oh my god, yeah.
You know?
A-E-I-O-U and Y sometimes.
And sometimes Y.
That's bullshit. I don't even believe that's fucking propaganda, right? Like, Y is not a vowel. Like,
yeah,
that's fucking propaganda.
Psyop.
Mahija. Nice. Wait, Mahia, not Mahija. Mahia. Oh, okay. J-H sound. Mahia. I'm glad that Corefish has cleared the air.
Thank you, Corefish. You have gotten us back on track.
This is why we love Corefish. Let's listen.
Let's do it.
I've been feeling like it's all for comfort. Fuck it, I'ma be the one to slay this monster. Everybody has a way to save themselves, but maybe I'm the one without a pain to help. So lately, I've been feeling like I'm out of sequence. Right step forward, the left began to see it. Lights start fading, my breath without a reason. Heart start pumping on rest when I'm a free man. I couldn't pay the debt. Now that everybody around me fucking with deception. Hands down, everybody looking at my neck. Bend down, baby, you gon' turn me to a redneck.
Good night, Jesus. Keep coming by.
I'm not needing you. Did you get what you wanted? I'll give just what I need. By the skin of my teeth, I've been feeling like it's all for comfort. Fuck it, I'ma be the one to slay this monster. Everybody has a way to save themselves, but maybe I'm the one without a pain to help. So lately, I've been feeling like I'm out of sequence. Right step forward, the left began to see me. Right start beating my breath without a reason. That's when I'm free.
I know that you don't wanna talk about it. It's so hard to change your mind. It's like I said, I'll miss you. Maybe I will turn it down. You know that I don't fuck around. I'm gonna grab a couple rounds.
So you said that I was wrong again, but here we are, and I can't pretend that all this talking off and on again just hasn't gone straight to my head. If it's all just a ruse, then what should I do to forget ya? It's nothing new, I'm still trying to catch up. Know that I hurt you, but I never meant to. Said something was off, but I just couldn't tell.
Dude.
Hoo-wee. Wow, there's a that's a lot to take in.
It is definitely like a lot to take in there.
Man, everybody's verses were really cool. Corfish nailed it. I love the transition, like that really reverberant transition to is it alkyl, right?
I'm not sure, actually. I don't know
And
if you
then-
clarified that one.
I guess I'm guessing because I haven't heard of all the artists. I'm guessing it was like in order of their verse. Thatcher Blackwood was really interesting. I love the contrast, like the darker vocals and stuff a little bit, and all those multiple layers and everything. And one thing about the beat choice I thought was really interesting was that it had this really like these really heavy like hyperpop bass lines and stuff like that, but like in like the main hi hat and snare pattern felt like a lo-fi pattern. If you notice that, where like the hi hats were like, offset, you know, it was really really interesting.
Alkyl? Okay, cool. I mean, listen, one weekend, 31 songs from 47 different artists.
That's
all on the
crazy.
same album.
That's crazy, bro.
Is honestly like a technical feat.
Yeah, that's a lot of logistics to run, honestly.
It's truly impressive. I mean, I love the track. I mean, Corfish submitted it, so I just want to say shout out Corfish, one of my favorite current artists. Absolutely kills everything that he touches. Alkyl,
Got that disgusting bounce point to it. Hell yeah.
Colin. I mean, everyone just fucking nails it. It's such, I mean, everyone just works together beautifully. I mean, I'm so impressed.
I had 3 songs. Oh, songs. Okay.
3 songs. I had 3 sons.
3 sons. Wow, you know that's a lot of work to be doing.
This song is Corfish
My
and
3 whole
his
human
children.
This is Corfish and my 3 sons.
But yeah, I mean, shout out everyone. Shout out Thatcher Blackwood. I just saw in the related tracks. Laurel is one of the best songs to come out this year. If you have not listened to it, go listen to that. I'm so happy with this shit, man. I'm so happy to hear these artists get on this track and just nail it. Just leave no questions about the quality of it. So now.
Oh God, here we are. It's here. Oh God, no. Fuck.
This is.
Okay, I need to. There's like people
minutes.
sleeping.
This is.
So I need to.
Dude, is Carl asleep right now?
No, but I have neighbors. So.
Oh, fair. All right, let's just do it.
Let's do it.
So, I just wanted to make a little song about some weird things, I guess you could say. Basically.
It's not really classic.
I think I'm a dolphin. Let me share my story. I had a web to feed, yeah, and a boner on top of that. People just made fun of me, but I knew what I really had. As a dolphin. I thought to myself, maybe if I
When you're a
was
dolphin,
a dolphin,
yeah.
I wouldn't have so many mean friends. And if I could be a dolphin, maybe my friends would be happy. Cause dolphin friends are the best you'd ever had.
Dolphin friends are the best you ever had.
This is heartbreaking.
I know it's nothing really, but I know it's just the inner dolphin inside of me. Yeah, I was going to squall when I saw this player. I knew what I had to do. I had to become a dolphin.
Oh,
So I became a dolphin right there.
oh my god.
I know.
Became a dolphin right there.
Right there on the spot.
Showed my tail and I went out there. Yeah, I'm a dolphin who
I'm fucking crying, man.
cares. Dolphins rule the world. Dolphins rule the world. Better get off me right now. Cause dolphins rule the world. Dolphins rule the world. Dolphins rule the world. That's my story. I'm a dolphin. What's going on with me?
Oh my god.
Become a dolphin? Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece.
You know,
I-
over the
you know,
years,
look,
over the
You know,
centuries,
there are tears in my eyes, and you know,
this is certainly
those tears
audio.
are because I am so moved by the struggle of one person, you know, and their struggle to
dolphin.
become their true dolphin self. Okay,
This is
you know,
there's been
this
some-
is certainly audio.
there's been centuries of artists and great thinkers. You know, you had Caravaggio, you had Vincent van Gogh, you had
Yes,
Buddy Holly,
Buddy Holly.
John Lennon, and then
You've got Weird Al Yankovic.
you got Weird Al Yankovic, and
You've
then
got,
Dolphin, you got Caleb.
You got.
I
Yeah.
have to. If you guys weren't here 2 fucking weeks ago, I have to educate you a little bit.
Oh god.
This
Dude,
is
I
one
just-
of the.
The fact
See,
that it's like, it commits to the bit so well. Like it
It's-
nails all the tropes of like emo, like acoustic guitar and stuff, and
it
it's
smells like bounce that ass in here. Here's the thing. is and this is a good example because I listen to these songs that Caleb is fucking making, and I said this last time, but like it's very clearly somebody that knows how to make music.
Oh yeah. It's
like,
well done.
Shit,
it's
dude,
like you and
the fucking you have these fucking grindcore like Cannibal Corpse vocals, and then you have this fucking like gremlin screeching. It makes
absolutely
like
unhinged.
It makes me sweat. It's
oh god.
Yeah, what the fuck?
All I can say for that song was it's an instant emo classic. An extremely moving portrait of the modern struggles of people who just want to be a dolphin.
Really?
You know?
That's the thing. It's honest. It's honest. We're gonna listen to a Wet and Azzy Bugs track.
Okay, yeah, we'll rein it back in.
I don't know how we possibly fucking could.
Well, we're back to the music of mere mortals.
The clouds are open up just for you. The sky is gray. 'Cause I told it to. It always goes back. Girls face down, I'm standing in my stand. Designer Ray-Ban, want you to shake hands. Invest in fake bands, praying the light lasts. Taking it my chance. Fight back, call it a nice cat. Sell it a less cat. No, like that. Open up my hands, always I give grace. You put me on back, get back with a new face.
Like glitch in the middle.
It always goes bad. Girls face down, I'm standing in my stand. Designer Ray-Ban, want you to shake hands. Invest in fake bands, praying the light lasts. Taking it my chance. Fight back, call it a nice cat. Sell it a less cat. No, like that. Open up my hands, always I give grace. You put me on back, get back with a new face. All it like trash, always a small chance. I'm back at the train track, showing all my chains. TTP, I'm over the stripper. Baby, I'm in all because I'm a winner. Show all my toes, I'm kicking it. Hearts full of love, each side I give. Make a big bucks, spend 20 on my toes. Whatever it might suck, whatever's in my cup. Sweat on my eyes.
Here's the thing. Lil Wet
yeah.
and Azzy Bug have both been coming to the streams for like a while now. Like they've you know, they're not
Friend of the stream.
Yeah, they're a friend of the stream for sure. And I think that both of them, in their own different rights, are such unique artists. You know, Wet has such a glossy, hyper-paced, polished, bright sound that is almost at times like unintelligible in terms of like lyrical content, because
it's about the vibes though.
It's
you know?
just so vibey. And then Azzy Bug, those first few tracks that Ozzy sent in were like this weird like bubblegum punk, like synth pop, like goth mix, and I loved it. I thought it was really cool. It was almost, I mean, Azzy Bugs, those songs almost sounded like show tunes. And so when I remember I initially compared it to like as the soundtrack, Danny Elfman's soundtrack for The Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what like her shit was sounding like. And
a little bit. Yeah, I think I remember that actually.
Yeah, you take two super unique artists and you put them together on a track, and it's just so cool. The pacing of it is so nice. I love how upbeat it is. I love how poppy it is.
Yeah,
it's just so easy to immediately get into.
I love that so much stuff in like the hyper pop and SoundCloud scene has been like picking up stuff from like breakcore and like drum and bass and stuff like that, because I really like drum and bass. It's one of the only like EDM genres I would say I listen to like more than like in passing, you know?
Yeah.
So like I think it's I love like the energy of it and like all the complex drum drum parts. and just hearing Lil Wet Wet's like flows on top of it are just like so euphoric. You know, they're like really sugary. It's just beautiful, and yeah, it's a great time.
I love it. It's so nice. Shout out both these artists. I mean, they're wonderful. And then to end things out, this is the last song I'm going to play tonight. I might play something of mine. I don't have a lot of unreleased. Moss Man was kind of like all I had like ready to show people in the vault. But I played unreleased. If I find something, I'll play it. So we got Bird Bay with Pinewood Trees. I love Bird Bay, another artist that I've been paying a lot of attention to. Also, I just want to say that like I feel like it's very rare for a music stream, and I know this because I'm guilty of it. I feel like it's very rare for a music stream to like have so many people have their songs played and then like just stick around like 2 more hours, right? Like, that's
it's sick. It's an awesome community, you know. Like people are really in this to just like see all the cool music.
Yeah, like I really appreciate you guys. And first of all, there's nothing wrong with like leaving after your song's played. Like
I mean, sometimes you just gotta do shit.
Yeah, you know? I understand if you have other things to do than just watch me talk for 3 hours. Like that's fine. I'm not offended by that. But I feel like we have a very high percentage of people that just stick around after their song's played, and I appreciate you guys. I think you guys are a great community. I'm blessed to have you.
And personally, like when I've been in these streams, I've picked up so much new music. You know, like. I didn't get the chance to tell you, but it was one of the artists that you mentioned last time. It was like one of I'm losing it. But I listened through. Oh, God, it is. I'm drawing a blank, but it is the artist name that's like Lando.
Lando's nuts.
I listened to the Lando album like maybe like a week and a half ago. Fan-fucking-tastic.
I'm gonna give you guys
so
a big spoiler.
And like, I got put on the Corefish, you know, on the stream, and like, there's just so many awesome people in this community, and it's great that y'all are going out.
The stream's dying down. Where we're at the end, the stream's dying down. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. So I did a top 100 underground songs list. That was like one of the first videos I made for the channel. It was like something that I wanted. That's really kind of like why the whole channel started. Like I wanted to do stuff like that. And so I'm going to make a top 50 albums or top 50 albums list. I'm going to give you guys a spoiler. Out of My Mind, that album by Lando is a very big contender for number 1. Out of My Mind might be number 1 on that top 50 albums list. I'm not saying it is for sure.
I've been really into Split by Corefish.
Dude, have you heard Run by Corefish? Run makes me throw it back.
I'm like absolutely fucking terrible at song names though. That's one of the reasons why I like albums. It's like, yeah, I like all the ones I'm like, you know?
It's so cool. But yeah, Corefish W for sure. Yeah, dude, Lando's got a really like history discography too. Like Lando's shit goes really far back. Also Lando had a remix of American Boy by fucking Kanye and is it Estelle? That doesn't sound right. That like went viral. It's a really good remix.
Oh really?
Oh dude, it's
awesome.
I'm gonna play like 2 seconds of it real quick just because it's an amazing. Remember, we're at the end of the stream. Fuck it.
Yeah, no rules. This is your channel. There's no rules here.
Yeah, but dude, this fucking remix is beautiful, man. It's like. You gotta hear this little like keyboard piano line. I gotta find it. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's amazing. It's so good. But let's listen to this Bird Bay track, and then I'll play something I have, and then if you want me to play a track of yours that you want to share, I can also do that.
Yeah, you know. You could,
Day after day we are dressing in our new shoes. I run away when I'm clicking like we're supposed to. You can't play the tide is shifting, let me show you. And I'm spitting blood with the dreams to have a goal to. I'm letting you off, so just tell me what happened. Right on the rocks and I'm still feeling shackled. Time after time, I'll be fine, I'll pretend. AM to the 9, I'll be out. just out of reach. I've been safe till they say sun bleeding. Now I'm stuck in the grass by these plywood trees. And hello, hello, have you been? And I cannot remember your last name. Something quite cute and amusing. Doesn't matter to me anyway. I've been out, I've been losing. But I turned it right around with you right there. I can't wait until Tuesday. Because midweek I feel great, I got you right there. Show me the way to the station, please. Because heaven's a place that's just out of reach. I feel safe till they say sun bleeding. Now I'm stuck in the grass by these pinewood trees. And I love again while I'm running round. And I'm lost again, but I'm falling down.
Bird bass vocals are so fucking good.
Hell yeah.
God, his vocals are so powerful.
Vocals, yeah, and it's really vibey, and it's not. I wouldn't say his vocals are like wispy or like atmospheric really, but they fit in with that like indie beat, really well. Just the way they're layered and stuff.
And dude, and that's the thing is like his vocals, like I love his sort of like mid-range timbre. I love how he's
in a way, in a weird way, it sort of reminds me a little bit of like old '93 stuff,
Shit, you're so fucking right, actually. Yeah, that does remind me of like older '93 shit.
Or maybe like Sunflowers a little bit,
Sunflowers, you say? Hold on, I might be wrong, but I actually might have something really funny to say about that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Big old maybe. I'm almost positive. Okay, hold that thought. Keep talking. I'm looking for something.
Okay. That's okay. I'm looking for something too.
Oh, nice. I swear to God.
That's alright. That's alright.
I feel like I know I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, okay. I was about to say fucking Ivory Tower Kid. It's one of like my favorite. It's like my favorite Bird Bay track. It's got Sunflowers on it.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I was like,
great.
I know this exists. But yeah, I mean, I think Bird Bay has a really great control over his voice. I think it sounds amazing. I love his writing too. I mean, everything is just so good. I mean, Ivory Tower Kid actually is just like
Skating down here on my own, I'm at the private docks. I got friends who make their money just by selling rock. Ivory Tower Kid grew up a Kappa. From the city, the smoke and the fire.
Bird Bay and Sunflowers are both so talented.
Yeah, fucking fantastic.
But that's gonna close out the submissions. If you're here and I didn't get to you, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. But I appreciate you for being here. I appreciate everyone sticking around. I know that like through the end of the stream, the energy kind of dies down a bit, but it's more intimate in that way. It's more personal.
Yeah. It's just a chill hangout.
You guys are great. Shout out literally all of you. You don't know how much this means to me. Shout out fucking Hirosha for sticking through for 3 hours with us.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
this has been a great time.
It's a lot of fun. I think doing these streams is a lot of fun. The weekly tracks list should be out tomorrow. It should be. And then later this week, I have an interview that will be posted. Biggest fucking interview of my life.
Yeah, let's go.
So you guys need to be on the lookout for that interview. You need to be on the lookout for it. I'm very excited for it. I'm gonna review the new Sewer Person album when it drops. I'm very excited for that. And that's kind of what to expect this week. But yeah, keep an eye out for the weekly tracks list. Keep an eye out for the interview. The interview should be up this week. I'm recording it, I think, Wednesday. And then I'm gonna try to drop a review this weekend for the Sewer Person project. And then I don't really have like, I don't even think I really have anything in the vault that I'm like down to show. Cause like I said, like I got
a little bit of something if you're gonna wait for me to.
Yeah, send something to play. I mean,
it's not finished. It's basically a beat, and I don't have like a ton of structure stuff in there, but you know, I like it. I like where it's going. I just thought
I played the unreleased. I played all 3 unreleased Mossman tracks. Like that was my end of the stream song for like 3 months. Like I just kept playing Mossman tracks because
you're like, hey, you know, I just fucking it's sick. I'm gonna keep pumping it.
Yeah, I mean, I played Inertia like fucking 4 times.
All right, it is bouncing out of Ableton currently.
Yeah, that's it. Just go listen to Mossman. Go listen to the EP. That's really the only thing. I'm very happy with it.
I am not biased at all.
Yeah, so Hiroshi's on the EP.
She blew my cover. I said I wasn't biased. Come
on. I don't know. If you go watch my videos, fuck it. You know, go watch my eShow set. I've plugged that a few times.
Go watch the eShow set is actually really fucking sick.
Yeah, go watch.
Like, video work that you did on that.
Go watch the most effort I've ever put into fucking anything on this video.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can drop this in your Discord. I don't know if it's gonna work out. It's gonna be enough space.
Oh, you know what? You know what I can do? I'll play like 30 seconds of like a really old track. We'll go back a bit. That's what I'll fucking do. I'm not playing the whole thing.
Okay, all right. I was able to do it, so yeah, it's in there.
Hell yes. Oh, you know what? I'll play this track. I'll play a little bit of this track. It's from a year ago. I think a lot of people in here are new, and I like it a lot. Get this. I'm just going to start at the Sid hook. I sort of deserve it, so. This song, like I said, I think it's together, but it's cool that I like it a lot. Shout out Sid. Sid's done so many features for me. Sid's done like 5 or 6 features for me.
3, 2, 1, go.
Needing a hug, down on myself, it's so bad, but I realize I needed some love. Living for fun, it's not that time you why am I here? I think that is enough. Tell me what's up, how was your day? Don't erase any details. I live for the detriment, bones in the settlement. Shit, I've been independent now, but it's nice to know how others are doing so. Don't feel low, motivating me slowly and really. If only I kept it inside of me instead of rejecting inspiration I got from the people around me. I thought with no boundaries, breaking reality. See what's outside of me, stop internalizing emotions I'm harboring and let them go. Understanding the path that I'm on is my own. Could've talked for so long, I'd freeze.
I do love that song. I still really love it. I still really love Expectations too.
Seen it left or right, satellite crash down. Open sea, slow ground. Illness in my stomach, got my burst, plenty food, but I always found the.
I still like Expectations a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I like that's a bit of a different vibe for like, you know, I know you've been skewing towards more organic sounds recently, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, and that was kind of
like
the
electronic trap stuff.
The whole point of Mossman was kind of like that sound. But yeah, I mean, I used to really, I didn't do it often, but I used to really enjoy this shit. I mean, like, if you go back far enough, you got like Remedy with Mango.
Rather see my life in the right motion while being sad and numb in my emotion.
So yeah, it's like I do it every now and then. But honestly, I should go back to it. I should make something new like that. But let's listen to this Hiroshi track to
it's just a little unfinished city I'm working on.
Make sure it's not monetized.
This is one of 2 instrumental interludes I think I'm going to be putting on my next release.
Hell yeah! So this is where is it? What the fuck? Okay, there it is. I was like, holy shit. Alright, this is the Exploration Interludes, the work in progress from our very own Hiroshi.
Is actually sampled from P33.
No way.
Yeah, they're one shots. Yeah.
God, shout out Peter, man.
Yeah. of like automate the filter around and stuff.
Dude,
I still feel like it kind of needs something structure-wise, but I love the textures that are like that I have going on here and stuff, and I just think it's going in a good direction.
Dude, I do too. Yeah. I think it's great.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like I think I've shown you a few unreleased things off of this release, and I think it's like the palette I'm going for is really dusty, like organic, but still like in a way like artificial sounding stuff.
Yeah, I know, and I think I think you have like a really good split between those elements. I mean, sorry, I was fucking with my camera. I'm very excited to like hear what you continue to do with this. I mean, I love this. I love the Bit Crush drums. I love like the super like sharp and like fast, like almost stuttery drums in there. The melodies are fucking so pretty.
Yeah, that's what I love.
I love almost like fantasy-esque.
A little bit, yeah. I'm trying to have like a very like euphoric kind of like it's called the exploration interlude, and I'm trying to like put like the feeling into music of like just the straight like euphoria and like serotonin you can have when you're like out on your own, like in the like beauty of nature and stuff like that, because as like I don't want to go too much into it, but the next, I don't know if it's an EP or an album. It might be down. I might cut it down to an EP actually. Okay. It's called The Naturalist, and it's sort of like a light concept release, So and it deals a lot with that and kind of like discovering who you are without all of the factors that have sort of shaped you from your environment.
Hell yeah!
It's sort of that Thoreau-esque kind of thing going on. So yeah,
I love it, and that's gonna end out our stream. Oh, I forgot to mention there's a podcast coming soon.
Let's go.
I'm not even kidding you. It's just going to be me and my partner rambling about just random music that we like and dislike. It'll be a little bit of an engaging thing. That couch behind us, we're gonna sit on that. We're gonna get some cozy blankets. We're gonna have hot mugs of tea, and it's gonna be a very relaxing podcast. So
that sounds like a vibe.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna. I felt like the cozy corner was too on the nose, but that might be what I call it.
Yeah.
So hey, if you wanna grab a mug of tea and listen to that shit when it comes out with us, we're probably gonna do that.
Very nice.
It's gonna be very cozy. That's gonna end the stream. Bye guys. Thanks for being here.
Bye. Thank you all for sticking around. This was fantastic. I had a great time.
Good night. Yeah. This is the part where we awkwardly wait like 10 seconds, because if I end it now, the latency doesn't get to catch up, and so it cuts us off like 20 seconds.
And you're like, oh no, shit. People like, what happened to the stream?
Yeah, not a proper ending.